What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wednesday live stream. So a few things. I now have a max leveled Druid. Let me move around these frames a little bit. But I have my max level Guardian Druid here. I'm not completely like decked out by any means, so I'm running over to a world quest right now. Gonna get some item level upgrades. I can start doing heroics at 305, and there's I think 3 world quests that are gonna have upgrades for me, so want to get those knocked out. Those are guaranteed upgrades, guaranteed loot, and then hopefully we can run on over to a heroic. I mean, at the end of the day, we can grind out some normal dungeons as well, and Guardian Druid is just too strong. Too strong. What's up, Felipe? How you been, man? It has been a long time, man. I welcome you back. Hopefully you are doing good. Hopefully you're excited for BfA in 2 months and 8 days. Nice to put a face to this friendly voice. Yeah. How's it going, man? What's up, Bolt? How you doing? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm running over to this other zone for that world quest. This one's going to be a 9 item level upgrade, but over on the Alliance areas, there is... it wasn't here, it was the other way. Over here on Drustvar, this is a 20 item level upgrade, and then this guy too, I don't know if I'm going to be able to... that one's... It's if it Titan Forges, it'll be nice. And then I've got a one-hander, but yeah, it's not gonna be much better either. So we have 3 upgrades to get today. Doing good. I'm glad, Bolt. Excited. Still a lot of questions. Felipe, if you have any questions about anything in terms of tanking, you can go ahead and ask me. I've covered a lot of the tanks. So stuff that I've done in the beta so far, I hit max level on a prot warrior, max level on a prot paladin, max level on a guardian druid now. All of those, the prot warrior and the prot paladin are geared up to be able to do mythic 0 dungeons. This guardian druid is fresh, so I still need to finish gearing up a little bit. I've played with the new boomkin as well. There's a new balance druid. I haven't done the new fury for warriors. That's something I need to get on that and start grinding that out. But if you have any questions, let me know, man. I'm here to help out. Gotta go through this area, and this area is no joke to go through. There's a lot of elites, a lot of poison effects. Man. Still struggling to decide prot paladin or guardian to focus first. Both are so good. I agree. If you want my opinion, Guardian Druid is going to be stronger than Prot Paladin, because Prot Paladins with a new talent point like Redoubt, they increase their block chance, right? But you have a chance of blocking. You have like 20-something% of blocking depending on what your mastery is. So your chance to block is baseline. Iron Fur, the way that blocking works now, Iron Fur is basically a block that applies all the time, you know? By the way, guys, let me know if the background is a little too loud of in-game. Yeah, I turned it up a little bit, but I don't know if it's way too loud. But yeah, I would highly suggest Guardian Druids. The more I play with them, the more I realize that, okay, so Iron Fur gives me 2,000, 2,200, right? If I go bear form, I have 2,500. A shield is going to offer almost as much armor as you have as well, but that's only when you block. So Iron Fur is basically a block chance that is 100% because it just buffs you, and it also can stack up. It has no cooldown, no charges, nothing like that. So yeah, if you're going to see what tank is going to be stronger, Guardian Druids all day. I know you're a pro tank, and it was with you. You learned most of the fights in Nighthold. Nice, man. Nice. Thank you for the kind words, my friend. How's the balance druid feel? I like it. You have to show a couple guildies. what it was about for yeah, I like it. I like the new balanced druid. So the old balanced druid was very standard, right? You would open up and depending on the fight, depending on the movement of the fight, you could open up with all of your moon spells, your full moon, half moon. You know, you could open up with your moon spells, or you could open up with like a star surge if you had a good timer running down. There was a different ways that you could open up, but at the end of the day, it was very standard. You would know like, okay, once this star surge is done casting, I'm gonna get this much astral power, which means that I can follow it up with a I'm sorry, once this lunar strike is done casting, I can follow it up with a star surge because I'm going to have this much astral power. After that, I'm going to follow it up with one solar wrath, one lunar strike. I might have to reapply my moonfire. That one's running a little low. It was very standard. You had a rotation, you knew exactly what was coming next. The new balanced druid is fun because it's new, it's different. There's variation. So with the new balanced druid, did Beth get a haircut? Yeah, man. I trimmed my beard, got a haircut, all the things, my friend. Yeah, so there's a lot of variation. Like, you don't know exactly what's happening next. Like, you have a lot of different things, a lot of moving parts, because a regular solar wrath or an empowered solar wrath can get you lunar empowerment. Also, the new talent choices are very cool. It isn't as cookie cutter as before. Before it was like, you have to pick up Star-Lord, you have to pick this up, like that. It's not as directly cookie cutter anymore. It's still, there's still gonna be one or two best specs for doing boss fights, but it gives you a little bit more room to breathe. What's up, Demon Hunter? How you doing, man? Rocking the new haircut? Yeah, man. You main a bear currently in Legion. You've heard the BfA bear straight up garbage. So, Stiff My Whiff, the Druid definitely did get nerfed. So, Guardians are not as strong as they were in Legion. That being said, I do think that they were too strong in Legion. When a Guardian Druid can solo tank Mythic progression Gul'dan for World First, when you're meant to have two tanks for it, they're too strong. They're way too strong. You were able to completely ignore needing a second tank and ignore a lot of those mechanics because their mitigation was so intense. So, in comparison, there has been nerfs. That being said, in current BfA, in comparison to all of the other tanks, Guardians are still the strongest. Like, just bar none. Oh, I can't kill the hyenas. I have to give them food. Alright, give me fertilizer, my friend. I'm sorry. I need you to poop a little bit. There it is. Thank you. There is always a poop quest. Every expansion, you will find a poop quest. Do not doubt Blizzard and their ability to find a different way of making you collect poop. Guardian for the win, only real tank. Guardians are very strong, my friend. So, a video that's coming up very, very soon, and I haven't gotten around to editing. It's been a very busy week for me. But a video that's coming up very soon is how block value is working in BfA. So basically, blocking no longer diminishes incoming damage by a certain percentage. Currently live in Legion, if you block, you reduce incoming damage by 30%. If you critical block, that means you're a prot warrior, and it means that you reduce incoming damage by 60%. So the way that block value works now, they take the block value of the shield and they add that armor on top of your normal armor. So like right now, if I go bear form, I have 2,500 armor, right? If I had a shield that had 2,000 armor here, if I landed a block, it would add 2,000 more armor to this calculation. Alright, Ironfur does the same thing as a shield. So let me hide my face so you guys can see the tooltip. You guys can see Ironfur adds 2,200, which in terms of how shields are scaling with the content that you're doing, a shield blocking is the same thing as Ironfur. So when you play a prot paladin or a prot warrior, you have a chance of blocking. Like, you may block, hopefully. If you do, then you're going to reduce damage taken. If you don't, then you're just going to be taking the hit through regular armor. So A Guardian Druid is basically blocking all the time, guaranteed, because Iron Fur just buffs your armor. That's just naturally what it does. So by doing that, by having something that has no charges, like in Prot Warriors you have charges, in Prot Paladins you have charges, like you have to stack haste in order to get these things, in order to get your Shield of the Righteous, your shield block to have good uptime. For a Guardian Druid, you don't need to stack haste. It might be nice for rage generation, but you don't need to, because your active mitigation just has a lot of really good check marks on it. Just fills a lot of roles. All right, let me where is my Flight Master? There it is. I can't do that in combat. Okay. I always keep a lot of the gear that I level up with, so that when I do raid testing, I can have the perfect mix and match, because they scale you. So excuse my messy bags. It does have a purpose. Did I watch the Three Sisters comic? I did not. I saw that it was posted. I did not actually give it a watch. I used the... Okay, I'm going to use the flight path again. I used the flight path like while I was setting up for stream, and it locked me in, and I had to sign out, sign back in. So hopefully it doesn't do that, but gonna try it. If Guardian stays how it is in beta, Guardian is going to be extremely bland and boring. I agree, Stiff My Whip. It's going to be relatively boring, but it's not going to stop it from being the strongest. It's going to be the strongest tanking class. Boring, yes, but strong. We can still hear you. Increase game music. Oh, okay, got it. You have a question, one with a big one with a small answer. You heard that BfA you'll be able to equip one gem. There's no equipment for sockets anymore. No, it still is, Felipe. Felipe, it's very, very similar to how it is now. I don't have any gear on this tune since it's fresh 120. But on my warrior, I have like 2 or 3 pieces that have gem sockets. So, yeah, no, it's going to be the same thing as it is in Legion, where the ability to have a socket on your gear is by Titan Forging and War Forging, but you can have multiple sockets and multiple pieces of gear. There's not a whole lot of like people that are training jewel crafting, so I actually haven't checked the auction to see if there's new gems for me to equip and me to see that. But no, there should still be gems. That wasn't one of the changes that was announced, and I have on my warrior, I think I have 2 pieces currently equipped that have an empty socket in it. They were super OP and definitely right. However, you feel like they've nerfed them through the door. So here's what they nerfed. Guardian Druids got nerfed and put in place to be a little bit closer with every other tank, and then they received the nerfs that every other tank received as well. So every other tank got their active mitigation nerfed, and every other tank got their magic mitigation nerfed. The only exception was blood decays. Blood decays kept AMS. That's their magic mitigation. So everybody got certain things removed. Every tank is going to be weaker going into BfA than they were in Legion, because a lot of things have been removed from the tanking space. Your active mitigation changed, and those magic mitigators. A lot of the multipliers were changed too. So they're doing a stat squish, which means your strength, your stamina, your agility, your intellect, like all these things are going to be lower, but they're also changing the multipliers, which I mean I don't agree with, but they're changing the multipliers too. So every single tanking class out there got nerfed, and I think the nerfs that happened with balanced druids for the most part were what every other class got as well. So I don't think it was completely out of the blue and completely like just looking at Guardian Druids and saying, you know, screw these guys, let's just nerf these guys to the ground. That being said, they did receive nerfs to a lot of the things that they had, but it was things that made them very overpowered. Survival Instincts now has a 4-minute recharge, but you get to have 2 stacks of it. I don't think any other tank has such a large cooldown that has stacks on it. So 4-minute recharge is average, but when you have 2 stacks on it, it makes it really, really good. So there's, you know, certain benefits still to being that Guardian Druid. Alright, we have to sail over. Let's go. So this is going to be my go-to tank? Not at all, man. Not at all, bro. I am going to have 2 tanks when I go into BfA. One of them will be my Prot Warrior, and the other one, I might change it, but the other one, for the time being, is going to be a Vengeance Demon Hunter. So I'm not going to play Guardian Druid, but I can completely understand and I see that Guardian Druids are ridiculously strong. But I just prefer tanking with the other ones. If I was pushing for Realm first, I might consider a Guardian Druid, but if all you do is play normal raids, heroic raids, and maybe even a little bit of Mythic, you go in there, I think you'll be fine with any of the tanks. That being said, is Guardian Druid going to be the strongest? Yes, but you can make all the other ones work. Alright, so let me head over here to Drusvar. I need to get this upgrade. Am I going for Lunar Beam because you think you need more healing in BfA instead of Rend and Tear? Hopify, I'm going for Lunar Beam right now because the biggest thing stopping me from getting gear is completing dungeons. Right now there are no raids. So right now the reason why I'm going for Lunar Beam is because dungeons are my focus. And the dungeons right now, there's no Mythic Plus. So I do really big pulls and Lunar Beam helps heal me and deal damage to them so I can get through trash faster. So the faster I can get my gear, the faster I can start, you know, pushing out for those raid things, for the raid content. But the raid content isn't baked in. If I was doing raid bosses, I would run Rend and Tear. Like there's no question about it. But yeah, right now since I don't need to, since the biggest thing stopping me from getting gear is, oh god, these guys are elites, by the way. Wait, I thought they weren't. Oh, they're not. Cool, I can just run past them. Yeah, the biggest thing stopping me from getting gear right now is that finishing the dungeon. So Lunar Beam helps me with that. So that's the reason I run it. I realize that it's inferior, but Frenzied Regen does enough healing. You don't need to run any other separate heals. It's good for taking things down and to give you a little bit of self-healing at the same time. Alright, I'm just going to go straight for the world quest so we can get some upgrades. Go back into the dungeon grind. Level 281, I want to get to 300 today. If I hit 305, we can do heroics. Maining Guardian confirmed? No, not at all. When you think about no longer being able to have 3 Thrash Relics, ROTS, God of Wars, and I understand that. Like, it's the changes are big, but that's gonna be the changes for everyone. Like, as a main prot warrior, when I think about Ignore Pain being on the global and only being able to stack it up 1.3 times, I cry on the inside as well, and sometimes on the outside. So it, you know, everybody's getting nerfed. When I think about getting my Vengeance Demon Hunter and playing on my Vengeance Demon Hunter, no longer having Empower Wards, feels bad. And also on a Vengeance Demon Hunter, no longer having Gluttony baked in and having to pick it up as a talent point to meta for 5 seconds randomly, that also feels bad. Like, every tank is getting a lot of things removed. It depends on where you sit there, right? It depends on what tank was your main. You're gonna be like, this is terrible, I hate this. And I just think that every tank got the short end of some stick. Oh no, am I getting DC'd? I can't shapeshift. Oh, I can't do travel form in that body of water? That is really weird. And this travel form is really slow because I'm in combat. Okay. Jewel crafting will be a thing. Yes, jewel crafting will still be a thing. You don't have to worry about like your profession dying off or something. The strongest tank because of armor. Guardian Druids are the strongest tank because so armor is the main mitigator in BfA, so there is no more like magic mitigation or anything. So Guardian Druids have an active mitigation that buffs their armor, and it has no cooldown. It can stack up as many times as you want it to, and all it does is cost you so— oh no! They got me! They got me in travel form, guys. But yeah, Guardian Druids are going to be the strongest because of their active mitigation. So for Death Knights, like let's say you run a dungeon, you guys remember Blackroot Hold, before that second boss, before she hit you with Vengeful Shear, you needed to have active mitigation up. For Guardian Druids, it's just a very baked in part of what you do. Your biggest rage spender is your active mitigation. You're probably not hitting Maul too many times unless you're worried about threat or about DPS for some reason, but as a tank, you probably shouldn't be worried about DPS. So the biggest thing that you're going to invest your resource into is your active mitigation, which your active mitigation applies from all directions. It's not a random shield that you have to have in front of you. It just boosts your armor, so it applies no matter where a mob is in comparison to where you are. If they're in front of you, behind you, to the side, it always applies. It can also stack up, so you can also just save up for a big hit. You already know that this person is going to hit you pretty damn hard. This boss is going to hit you pretty hard. It's not crazy to see 3 stacks of Iron Fur up. Routinely, if all you're spending your rage on is your active mitigation, you're probably going to have a decent uptime on 2 stacks of it. So while stuff like Prot Warrior and Prot Paladins and Vengeance Demon Hunters, their active mitigation is on charges. For Prot Paladins, it doesn't cost a resource. For Prot Warriors and Vengeance Demon Hunters, it costs a resource and it has charges. The ability to just say, hey, I want my active mitigation up right now. Do you have the rage for it? Yeah, cool, done. That's extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. And you combine that with one of the best tank self-heals that is still in the game. Like the Prot Paladin one got nerfed a decent amount, and that one is once every 30 seconds. You have 2 charges of Frenzied Regen on a slightly longer cooldown, but you have 2 charges of it. The Prot Paladin one also has the potential of being wasted a little bit because you can overcap if you don't know exactly how much HP you're using it on. The Druid one has less of a chance of overcapping because it's over time. So you can use it at a lower defense, and then you can communicate with your healer of like, it's okay, I'm gonna bump back up. Like there's a lot of advantages to having a Druid. Also, you have Survival Instincts on 2 charges. So let's say you do a really big pull on a Mythic Plus, you can front load a lot of your defensive cooldowns. You can stack up 2 Survival Instincts, follow it up with Frenzied Regens, follow it up with Bark Skin right after, and then you can recover on your next pulls. Most other tanks are going to have a cooldown like Survival Instincts, just once, you know, like it's not even like 1 charge, it's just 1. It's just what it is. So there's a lot of benefits to running a Guardian Druid. If you like Guardian Druid and you want to be OP, I would suggest keeping your Guardian Druid. Is Blood good, or are they hurting it with not enough runic power generation? Taylor, Blood is still good. Blood is relatively the same. I think the only thing that has changed with Blood is the addition of the I can't remember the name of it. The addition of the ability to where you basically spell steal a buff and you can throw it on someone else. That is one thing that's being changed with all DKs, that they're getting that baseline, and you're basically going to be more resistant to slows. So while they're not giving you more speed buffs to run through things faster, they're making you more resistant to slows, which is a different way of approaching the issue. Not the way that a lot of DKs would have loved to see it, but they're still very strong. Best DPS class for beginners, I would say, I don't know. That's actually a tough one. I would actually probably go with Havoc Demon Hunter, because since they're the new kids on the block, they have less buttons. So it's more a matter of like a certain, you know, rotations don't really exist anymore, but it's kind of like a certain rotation that you work your way through. But since they're the new kids on the block, they don't have 10 years of back catalog of abilities that are going to be added to them and talent points that are going to get changed into them. So they're gonna have a lot less buttons that you're gonna have to get used to. Bear Puke, what's up, Mehmet? How you doing, my man? Heard they're runic power starved. I would say the runic power starving is probably due to secondary stats. Just the fact that you're not gonna have the right stats right now. Like as a druid, I'm not gonna have the right amount of versatility and crit right now. So once you start getting better stats, it might even out. I think one issue that Blizzard really needs to look at is Azerite gear has no secondary stats. So certain classes like Blood DKs are going to play a little bit different. They're going to feel differently because you're never going to be able to hit that haste cap because there's no secondary stats. So I think that's something that Blizzard should definitely look at, but who knows if they will. If they don't, then they're going to be slowing down the game for everybody, because a lot of classes really heavily rely on their secondary stats, and if they want to get rid of them, it's just going to end up hurting a lot of them. Alright, I think we're good. I don't think I need this. No, I don't. Okay. Is Vengeance good? Vengeance is pretty good, man. I think the only thing that Vengeance needs in order to be like very competitive is, I think they just need one more defensive cooldown. So Vengeance right now, they have Fiery Brand, you have Meta. They just need one other thing, one other 2 or 3 minute cooldown for raids. So when we talk about Vengeance in 5-mans, they're very strong, very, very strong. But when you start talking about Vengeance in let me actually just search back. When you start talking about Vengeance in raids, they feel like you're missing one cooldown. You can still take the hit, and you can do a lot of different things to... Actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to run over to where that glove is. But yeah, Vengeance, they just need one more cooldown for raids. 5-mans are good, but yeah, I feel like for raids, they just need one more. Gluttony would be good if it was still baked in. There's no guarantee of it, but that'd be good if it was baked in as well. You say that hunters are the easiest class for beginners. Vengeance is by far the most popular, from what most tanks are saying in BfA. Us tanks are solving our souls together. Yeah, a lot of tanks are gotten the nerf bad, basically. Why would I change to a seal? I couldn't. I was getting nerfed, man. I just wanted to fly fast. I'm gonna get hella burnt out on BfA. I have to do this, Max. I want to be able to show you guys with actual proof, like how the tanks are gonna be in BfA. So while I agree with you that the storylines are already done, and like I've already done them 3 times at this point, I really want to play each tanking class at endgame. I don't want to tell you guys, hey, at level 112 with quest mobs that are scaled to my level and my gear, I feel really good. Like that doesn't mean much. I have to do heroic dungeons. I have to do mythic dungeons. I have to push those tanking classes as much as I can in order to give you guys an honest answer. Because while leveling, every class is going to feel good while leveling, but we don't know how they're all going to feel when you start gearing up for Mythic, when you start gearing up to try to get your new Keystone Master, your new plus 15 done. So I think it's very important that that I do that I get to that end game grind. The only ones that and I'm really sorry, the only ones that I might not get around to are monks. But after this Guardian Druid, I can either do Vengeance Demon Hunter or yeah, I was probably gonna do Vengeance Demon Hunter, but yeah, Vengeance Demon Hunter or Blood DK I think would be my next 2 choices. They totally gutted FR as well. Less charges, longer cooldown, doesn't heal the way it used to. Yeah, it doesn't heal the way it used to. You wish Guardian had a DPS cooldown? There is. Guardian does have a DPS cooldown. It's called Incarn. You go Incarn, dude. You just start slapping things in the face. From when you understood so far, Druids don't do damage, but they don't take it. What do I think about it? I do okay. I'm queued up for a dungeon right now, so as soon as we get a group, I'll show you guys the damage dealers. This is the damage done meters. Let me get ready for that. Let me do new window, and let's do damage taken. Nice. Oh, yeah, I want to show you guys all the things. You got the nerf so bad you re-rolled a healer. Ouch! Hey, the nerf to threat generation I think is going to affect more people than you might think. Why can't... Details, man. Details sometimes
A recent escape has incited chaos in the lower levels
Okay.
of the prison.
Why are you like this, Details?
Make your way to the top
Let me do damage taken.
Relieve him of his keys. Secure
Perfect.
our asset and slay anyone.
Soul Bearer's amazing cooldown, but comes at the expense of LS, which is yourself awesome for progression. Yes. Yeah. Last Stand is is it Last Stand? But yeah, it's very, very good for progression when you're basically when you have a cheat death. Let me oh no, not that. Sorry, let me turn it down here a little bit. You don't have to do it. Make guides and be done with it. I hear you'll be playing Classic with the... I will be playing Classic when that is released on official realms. I can't... Unfortunately, I can't stream Classic as much as I would love to. Streaming private realms is a big no-no. And, I mean, some people do it, and you can fly under the radar for a while. But, yeah, it's a big no-no. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not bite the hand that feeds me, you know what I mean? I can play them off stream. How about Brewmaster? You've yet to see me play a monk? Yeah, I haven't played a monk too often. So I've had one monk that I've ever played while leveling up as Brewmaster, but I'm honestly in all of the tanking classes, I'm probably the worst at being a Brewmaster monk. So I need to learn. I need to learn from someone. I need Kegger to teach me. Kegger not's been MIA, but I need him to teach me. I need a monk teacher. All right. So normally groups that I've been with always end up pulling this pack over here too. So I'll just go ahead and pull it just to cover all of our bases. But yeah, you guys can see my damage done as well. It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. But yeah, I do need to learn how to play a monk. That's definitely something else that needs to get done. But you guys can see that I have hit level 120. All of these mobs are scaling, and like if I am a level 120, but I don't have the gear. Like normal dungeons drop 305 gear, 305 or 310. I can't remember right now. Oh, and the journal doesn't show it correctly. It doesn't scale it correctly. Great. So I think it's 305 or 310. So I'm, 22 item levels below, and this is fine. Like I don't think I've ever felt like I'm in danger while playing my Guardian Druid, to be completely honest. Tips out with streaming private realms and label his stream as watching old WoW dungeon. He cropped the YouTube thing and resized. Nice. That's funny. That's one way to get around it, actually. I know people have gotten like cease and desist notes, even like not even just a copyright. It really is Blizzard reaching out to you and being like, you're not allowed to be doing that. And I also, since I stream my live account, Blizzard knows what my live tune name is. Like if they really want to, they can just look at any other video and see, oh, his main is this guy in this realm. Cool, we'll just ban his account. So I'd rather not get my main account banned by streaming Classic. So I'll wait for Classic to come out with official support. Unfortunately, it's the way we have to do it. But yeah, as far as like just put out guides and be done with it, I'd much rather be educated in my opinion and I know what I'm talking about. I think, there's plenty of other things out there that are just, random content or people just talking about how things feel and how they may or may not be, but I'd rather tell you guys how it actually is. How the numbers are actually scaling up right now in BfA for heroics, for mythics. I haven't seen too many other people doing that for more than one class. So far we've done warriors, we've done paladins, this is guardian druids now. So hopefully by Friday I will be able to do heroics as well, or maybe even by today. If we get lucky with gear today, we can get it done today. I was expecting more from World Quest today, but there wasn't a whole lot of World Quests that were specifically upgrades. You think Blizz has pulled back on locking people down since Classic guys are steady hyping Classic? That's true. That's true. They also were supposed to, and I don't know how much they did or didn't, but Blizzard supposedly took in the Nostarius people and had them basically become consultants for this whole classic thing, right? So I don't think they're necessarily chasing down servers as much as they were before, because once WoW Classic servers go live, they're gonna be the most popular Classic server. Like there's no question about it. Officially supported by the same launcher and hopefully the same subscription that you already pay and not an additional one. You know, those things just make it a lot easier for you to launch another game via the same thing. So I think for sure it's going to be the most popular Classic experience. It'll actually probably still have active development as well. So as much as people love Classic and only want Classic, it's probably going to launch in a very plain state, in a very vanilla state, and then I think it's going to be kind of like old school RuneScape, where they're going to continue development with a different development team. They're going to have their own things, and they're going to start asking questions. They're going to ask people, what would you guys like to see? You guys want to see this? You guys want to see that? Have their own PTR, have their own, they're just everything just their own. How much is the HP pool between tanks at 120? You heard the gaps from Legion are removed and they're almost the same. So this Druid is very undergeared. I have 138k. I'll probably have like 160k when I'm ready to go into Mythic dungeons. And I believe my warrior is sitting at 130k, and my warrior is already Mythic dungeon gear. Like my warrior can just start grinding out mythic zeros, right? So the disparity is still there, but what they focus on is overall mitigation, right? So my warrior has passively like 40-something% damage mitigation. My druid currently, I have Iron Fur up, so let me let Iron Fur fall off. I have 29%. So while I have a lot less mitigation, my HP pool is bigger. So is the HP pool disparity removed? No. Is it closer? I would say that if we're comparing like percentages, it's probably still about the same, to be honest with you. So it's still around. I'd say it's still similar, just that all the numbers is squished down, so it looks like it's a lot less. But I'd say it's about the same. You're not sure if they came through on that, the whole Nostarius thing? Right now, Lightscope and Chronos are still up and running. Yeah, I don't think they're going to take down any more private realms at this point. There's no better fight than your rivals than buying them or hiring them. What rivals? What are we talking about? What I was talking about, other people producing content? No rivals here. I have no ill will against other content creators. I know what the grind is like behind the scenes. And I don't think the World of Warcraft content creation community doesn't have anyone that's like super clickbaity and annoying and just talks about lies. Like I play a few other games, and there are some content creators for other games where it's just clickbait upon clickbait and lies, and they don't even talk about what they were setting out to. But I don't think WoW suffers from it that just as bad or anything like that. I think most of the content creators have some backing to what they say. Oh, Nostarius and Blizzard. Oh, right, that they hired them. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, Blizzard does that a lot. Like, you have a certain add-on that does something that they like, so what they end up doing is incorporating the add-on into their own UI, if it's really, really helpful. Alexsensual? I can't say I know who that is. I'm gonna have to look that person up. Oh no, why are they just pulling all the things? Thrash is still really good for threat, by the way. Swipe, not so great, but Thrash is amazing for threat. The fact that it applies that bleed is just really, really good. I haven't had any threat issues on my Guardian Druid yet. I've had threat issues on my Prot Warrior. Prot Paladin has a lot of passive cleave, and once things are in your Consecrate and you hit them with Avenger Shield once or twice, you're good. You're good. You don't have to worry about them. Prot Warriors, Thunderclap is like it's almost filler. You won't necessarily always be casting Thunderclap. You know, Revenge is gonna cost you Rage unless you proc it free, and even then you're probably not really prioritizing Revenge too much. You have too many other things to worry about your globals unless you're running Vengeance. But Vengeance isn't as strong as it used to be. You haven't seen much about those island dungeon things. Are they any good? So the islands are fun. I like them. The only thing is they're supposed to be the main source for you to get Azerite power from. So since they're supposed to be the main source, I don't think they're done yet, because right now they give you as much Azerite power as a world quest. So definitely think that they're not done right now, but I can do one after. I don't mind doing them. I actually do like them. I'm actually a lot more excited for islands than I am for warfronts. Warfronts to me have already gotten kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One of the best examples of the add-on thingies is Postal. Yeah, I used the TSM one, but yeah, Postal was basically baked in. How's my healer doing? Healer's got a lot of mana. We're good. So this boss, I want to get him out here to the corner. I'm glad they fixed the issue that was going on in this patch. Alright, flashing daggers. I gotta hide. I gotta hide. I gotta hide. Let me hide. Don't hit me with your daggers. Perfect. And then the only other thing is interrupting the fear. He was a big fighter for Classic Realms, and he threw a fit. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the fear. And he threw a fit when we got the announcement because he knew he lost his podium to Scream from. Oh. Got it. So what you're saying is my point is only fun as long as it isn't true. My point is only fun as long as I can be outraged about it. Alright, time to pick up all this AoE threat. Remember, threat has been nerfed a lot, but no issues. I'm a Guardian Druid. I can just do things. Hit Thrash every now and then. Hit some swipes. Look at that. I haven't lost any threat at all. I actually wasn't even using any rage throughout that and popping like Iron Fur or anything. So now I've got all these guys riled up here. Let's start doing this. Is it holy or a disc priest? It is a holy priest. I have a renew on me and I have a echo of light on me. Let me make sure I'm right. Oh, unless it is, yeah, holy priest. I saw him casting and I was like, wait. He's casting? Yeah, it's a holy priest. So over on the right hand side as well, I have damage done as the first meter and then damage taken as the second meter. So you guys can see that on the damage done charts, I'm still doing respectable damage. I'm hanging in there with a few of the DPSers. Now it could be argued that not everybody is playing their main spec, that everybody is still getting adjusted to like the global cooldown changes and stuff. But either way, I don't normally play a Guardian Druid either, so we're all out of our element and I'm still performing really well. Quest Helper, yeah, Quest Helper was a big one. BfA just doesn't seem interesting at all anymore at this point. Legion, and yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I think BfA, sorry, not Legion. I think Legion or BfA has a lot of changes that we just don't understand and don't like, and that goes for me as well. Like the global cooldown changes just rub me the wrong way, and I realize that in, you know, typical Blizzard fashion, they make really big sweeping changes and then they slowly dial them back. It just kind of sucks when you have this much these many eyes on your product, you know? You have a lot of people looking at you. And so a lot of people are going to be saying, this is the new stuff, this is the new stuff. And I don't think they do the best job by communicating, hey, this is as bad as it's going to get, but we are going to dial it back. I think they try to stand their ground maybe a little too much, and they say, this is what's happening. We're open to feedback and suggestions, but they never specifically say, yeah, we want to see, we want some internal testing. It's just, you know, some things can get a little frustrating, especially stuff like that global cooldown change. Interrupt that handcuff. A lot of the tank mitigation going away, the magic mitigation. Like if you stand back and really take a look at it from the developer's perspective, tanks were very strong in Legion, having an answer to everything. And if you want healers to have a tougher time, if you want that communication between tanks and healers, things like that make sense. Telling your healers, hey, I'm about to take a big magic hit, I'm gonna need your help, you're gonna need to do your heroes, you're gonna need to do certain things that you do a lot more, a lot better now, and you know, at a smaller time constraint. There's a lot of positives for that, but you know, maybe not the best way of communicating it. Let me get this person over here. Nice. It's fine. I can stand in this bomb. I'll be good. Can't wait to see Blood Decay tested so we can better gauge what's going to be good at Mythic Plus. For sure, yeah. So let me actually start a straw poll where you guys can vote what tank you want me to do next, whether it's going to be Vengeance Demon Hunters or Blood Decays. Either one, I don't mind. So I'll start a straw poll right now. You like how I comment and have gameplay at the same time? Cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. You should stop by more often. Where I live stream 2 times a week, and this is what I do. By the way, Guri, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. All the changes are all under the hood. Nothing super cool to look forward to. Right? Yeah. I think the biggest thing that's going to be very noticeable when you see other videos is the stat squish and just the number squish overall. But a lot of things are happening under the hood. I agree. There's some classes that are getting a lot of love though. Like you have balanced druids, you have survival hunters, you have demo and destro warlocks. Like, you know, there's some classes that are getting a lot of changes that I don't think are getting as much coverage as perhaps they should, because most people are saying, yeah, you know, between Legion and BfA, most classes are the same. But there's a few outliers. There's a few outliers that are getting big changes. Let me actually start using my Frenzied Regen and heal myself up. Allied races is the only drop when you realize post 735 you don't want to level 120. I don't mind the new 735 scaling, honestly, but that's because I was never a giant quest person. Like I was a lot more about dungeon crawling regardless. So I understand that, you know, Max, you being someone who quested and loves questing, it's a very different experience now. I understand that. So yeah, if you were used to the old path that you used to have to take to maximize how you were questing, yeah, this is probably very frustrating for you. Just out of curiosity, did I test Legion dungeon with the level squish? I have not. So Felipe, I've gone into one Legion dungeon in the past, and the squish wasn't completed, I guess, because things were hitting me for a few million. So like, I have 130,000 HP. I was getting hit for like 2 million. So I don't think it was done yet. So ever since that day, I haven't gone back in, but I'm not against it. I can test it out again. I plan on doing a video where I walk into old raids as well to see how easy it's going to be to farm transmog, because a lot of that's going to be affected. Alright, guys, closer to the cannon. I want that cannon to knock him out. Tanks are losing out on a lot of stuff now, and that's really bummed me out since it makes me when you play, not prop pallies. Yeah, tanks are losing a lot, but that's every tank. And I agree. I agree that it's kind of, as a tank, it upsets me, like, seeing all these changes. The threat generation nerf I feel like is unnecessary, and you know, having to scream at someone and saying you need to wait for me to have enough threat is never fun. It's not skill. Like the more skillful I am, the better I am at distributing my threat amongst multiple targets and being good at dungeons. Sure, but I think they swung the pendulum a little too far. An 80% nerf and always on skittish, I think it's a little too far. Alright, are they gonna pick it up? Nope. Okay, that's fine. These things don't cover the whole room, so I actually don't mind if people don't even pick up the barrels. There's always a safe spot. Personally like the changes to tanks and gameplay. It makes more sense to do a hard dungeon that requires CC from the DPS, external cooldowns from heals, and threat management. Yeah, the tanking changes. The biggest one that I have a complaint about is global cooldowns. I think global cooldowns hit tanking classes the hardest, because as a tank, you need to be able to do your self-heal, or you need to be able to do your defensive ability at the same time as you're producing threat, producing aggro. So I think a lot of these changes are like just a lot of little things. Our threat has gotten nerfed, but also we have the global cooldown change, so we don't get to output as much threat and as many offensive abilities as we used to. So the changes to active mitigation being only physical, that's cool. If that's the route we're going to be taking now, I am all for it. As long as it's not just one class getting nerfed, I'm all for it. But yeah, certain changes hit tanking classes a little bit harder than others. You don't ever level? I do level. I have 5 max level tunes in Legion. I have my Prot Warrior, I have a Holy Paladin, a Vengeance Demon Hunter, which was very easy to level, a Frost Mage, and a Blood Decay on Alliance that I kind of forgot about after TOS. But hey, I leveled a few times. I was catching up to you, Max. It may have taken me a year to catch up, but I was gonna get there one day. One day I was gonna get there, man. I just want you to be proud of me, Max. Inner Flames. It's not a channel. What is this? This isn't vanilla. You really want to play Frosty Cape, but you don't know if he would be good. You'd play Unholy too if the damage is good. So I used to play Unholy way back when DKs were first introduced, and I really liked it, but I know that there's been a lot of nerfs to Frost DKs, and they're also being punished a little bit by like global cooldown nerf. So yeah, I know Frost DKs are getting hit a little bit, so maybe Unholy is gonna come out on top in BfA. Who knows? I think it's gonna see less ramifications from that. So you might be maining Unholy. Alright, let me do this. I can just pop out, heal myself. Let me actually pull him back to the cannon in case somebody wants. Whoa, whoa! I was stuck under there. Alright, nobody's in the cannon anymore. I thought someone was gonna stay in the cannon. I could drag him over and do a lot of DPS, but no big deal. I hope they fix this boss. This boss had textures that weren't appearing either. Tank is your role. Basically, Blizzard basically told you to go play something else. Yeah, always on skittish, global cooldown nerfs. It all just kind of sucks. But the thing is, a lot of the global cooldown nerfs for tanks have been undone. A lot of the defensives are now off of the global cooldown again. I think you need like Light of the Protector if you're maining a Prot Paladin. I think you need Ignore Pain off the global cooldown if you're playing a Prot Warrior. So there's a few things that I wish were still get off of the global cooldown for tanks. But yeah, I agree that a lot of these changes, that there has been big changes made to tanks with those global cooldown changes, just changes on your active mitigation, changes to what's going to be on the global, on and off the global. Racials were on the global for a little bit, that got removed. Trinkets were on it for a little bit, that got removed. So A lot of things have been undone, and it helps out a lot. Let me actually stand in here. Let me do that. I'll tank it for you. It's cool. It's cool. Guardian Druid. I can just stand in things. It makes you as a tank use more potions and stuff to manage your threat. You think Blizz thinks that the threat change will make you talk to others, right? I don't think a lot of people live the pug life as much as some of us do. Like I still pug a lot, and I think in pugs it's gonna be the biggest change is gonna be there. So I think in pugs that threat generation change is gonna be huge. I think it's going to really make pugging, like if the Mythic Plus system stays the same, trying to pug a plus 15, it's going to be terrible. You try to pug a plus 15, you have a Fury Warrior that pops Battle Cry and runs in with a full Blade Storm before you can even get an AoE off. Like, you're just trying to get mob placement going, you know, you're trying to drag all of the melee over to the range mob, and somebody just pops all their offensive cooldowns. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. It's amazing how I translate every U into you have to. You gotta get used to it, man. You gotta get used to it. Is the best way to reach 120 still quests? Are there any quest chains that are almost must completes to unlock late game stuff? So right now there is no must completes to unlock quest game stuff. Questing is definitely the fastest way to get to 120. I, as a tank, like to do a lot of the quests that have bonus objectives, because going to bonus objective areas, normally bonus objective areas are areas where it's like kill 20 of these, kill 30 of these, and as a tank you can probably pull half of what the requirement is in one pull. So I like to do quests in bonus objective areas for that reason. But no, there's nothing you need to do. The only quest that you need to do to unlock endgame content is at level 115 you need to do a quest if you want island expeditions. So the quest is basically a tutorial. They take you to an empty island, they show you how to gather azurite, they show you how to kill a mini boss, and how to end an island. That's it. So that's the only thing that I know that will unlock endgame content. The only other quests that I can think about that are going to be useful for you endgame is, so like right now I'm a Horde, but I'm in the Alliance area. But if you guys see, I don't have flight paths. If I want to unlock this flight path and this flight path, and I believe there's one here in the mountains somewhere, if I want to unlock these flight paths, those are quests where I basically go through a war campaign and I launch a Horde invasion to a certain Alliance area, and then I set like a little outpost there. 4 max levels. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It makes you, yeah. Boosts don't count, Max. I only use one boost. Only one. The Demon Hunter didn't need a boost, but only my my Paladin has a boost. I still have my 120 boost. With a global cooldown, no more shield block macros. Does that mean more rotations? You can still have shield block macros because shield block is not on the global cooldown. So you can throw something that's on the global with your shield block macro. Like consumables, it's an ecosystem in your mind. Overall, it'll be good. You may be wrong, but you're gonna radiate and change for the good. I agree, Pavel. So I don't like doing negative videos, but I think it's important that we provide feedback. So whether that feedback is positive or negative, I think it's important to tell Blizzard, this is how I feel. This is what I feel is holding us back. This is what I don't like, and whether or not they change it, that's another thing. I'm going to be playing World of Warcraft for a very long time. I already have been playing it for a long time, and I'm going to continue to play it for a long time. Like when they made all of the nerfs to active mitigation for every tank, I saw it. I thought it was unfortunate, but at the end of the day, every single tank is going to have to deal with it, and that's the direction that they're going. You have to learn to play with it. The game is going to be different every single expansion that you play, so you're going to have to relearn a few things. You're going to have to learn a few new things, and that's part of the game. But that being said, I think it's good to be vocal at this moment, because they're asking for feedback. They're saying we're listening, so if you don't like something, I think it's important that you let it be known. Once BfA launches, there's no use to cry anymore about certain things because it's done. BfA's out. This is how it is. You either learn to live with it or you don't progress in raids or dungeons. Do I think the changes made to tank make tanks particularly harder to play? Not necessarily harder, but what you're gonna see more of is people who were just used to spamming buttons in Legion. If they learned how to tank in Legion and they were kind of like spamming buttons, in BfA you have to be more deliberate. So in BfA, when you walk into a dungeon, when you walk into a raid boss, since things are on global cooldown, you need to be a lot more sure about the next button you're gonna hit. So a lot of the people who are very used to the spammy nature of Legion are gonna have a hard time in BfA because they're gonna have to get used to it. So it's not necessarily that it's a higher skill cap, because it's still, tanking is not the easiest job in the world, but it's also not the most difficult job in the world. But I do think that you have to be mindful and you have to be aware. If you knew someone in Legion who tanked without DBM and without weak auras, without tell me when, without anything, that's probably not going to be the case in BfA. In BfA, having something like weak auras is going to go a long way. Having stuff like weak auras to track your global cooldown, to track all of your other cooldowns, to know what's up, to know what your next move is going to be more important, and it's going to have more weight to it than it does in Legion. So I'm also queued up for a dungeon right now, guys. What's up, Boomtown? How you been, man? PC's back up and running? Great. I'm glad to hear that. On Skittish, Rogue and Hunter will be stars. Yes, they will be. Living in a pug world is going to be an effing nightmare. Yes, it is. What's up, Rain Gods? It was about time to raise the pug level, honestly. Really, you think, well, they're adding their own voice chat, so they're trying to increase that. So I have a question for you, Pavel. Since they're upping the difficulty of pugs by doing the threat changes, do you think LFR should be removed? Do you think that if I queue up here, it should be normal difficulty and not LFR difficulty? Do you think that elevating the level of random pugs should be done across everything? So if I queue up here, it'll throw me into a raid with random people at normal difficulty, and they get rid of the LFR tier of difficulty. Fastest to 120 is to activate War Mode in Quest. Yes, War Mode in Quest. They're making changes to community and helping you find people with the same interests, or there'll be some rotten apples. Yes. Putting people on your ignore list is always going to be helpful as well. Forcing you into a community or a guild to do stuff doesn't seem bad in an MMO. It does not, and a lot of people have very fond memories. A lot of people, when they talk about the nostalgia in vanilla, in BC, in Wrath even, they get nostalgic about their guild, about farming things out with their guild, farming your frost resist, your fire resist, your shadow resist, whatever it is that you were going to be running. You had to farm something with your guild, farming out the AQ gate opening event. So I think getting you into communities is a very good move by Blizzard, and I think integrating all of that is going to give people better results. There's a 120 boost. If you buy BfA, you get a 120 boost. Threat changes will force people to work better together, but there will be a way to force people to listen to your voice chat. So you can't force them. So you guys will see that when I join the new dungeon, what you're going to see is that it says, hey, there's a voice chat channel made for you. Would you like to join it? And you can hit yes or you can hit no. Oh, it's a 110 boost? Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant 110. Yes. You guys are right. You guys absolutely corrected me. Bragging about his huge stable. I did not say that my stable of 5 110s is huge. But what I'm saying is, since I didn't play Warlords, I didn't have anything else max level besides my warrior. So I didn't have like a roster of people at level 100 ready to rise up. All of my 110s except for my warrior were level 1s. They were brand new people. Oh, I need to take out this guy. This is the quest, Blighted Monstrosity. They aren't harder but more clunky. Yeah, it's more about you need to know exactly what ability you're gonna hit. You need to know that there's a global cooldown. So if I hit Mangle right now, I can't immediately hit Frenzied Regen, and that's just something that I have to learn and I have to ingrain into my head. Will I be able to deal with it eventually? Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to be the end of the world. I will get used to the gameplay, but at the same time, what I'm worried about is they're doing a lot of changes to how things are done. How with this global cooldown change, we are reacting a lot slower, and it's not because I am reacting slower as a player. It's because my input is slowed down, right? So all of my input is slowed down by this global cooldown. There's a few things that are not, but for the most part, my ability to react is on the global cooldown. So what this means is that not only do I have to play differently, but what I hope happens is that the developers develop differently. That's the big concern to me, because if we have the same thing that we had in Legion, the same type of boss fights, the same type of knee-jerk reactions that we need to have for certain bosses, it's not going to work out with this global cooldown change. So what I'm scared of is that they nerfed us, but the developers are not going to be creating things in a nerfed way. That's my only concern about the changes. Oh, guys, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if my self-healing is enough. This guy's level 123 and kicking my butt. All right, let me do that while you cast that on me. Oof! I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. All right. Oh man, this guy's beating me up. What's up, nerds? How you doing, man? Their voice chat is going to be plagued by toxic people. Yeah, you're going to be able to filter them out eventually. For the first few months, sure, I agree. You're going to have a lot of toxic people. But then you'll have enough people on your ignore list that those people are just going to go away. Yeah. Is Guardian even fun right now? It looks like you barely take damage, but it seemed like your playstyle was just... yeah, it's... I wouldn't say that Guardian Druid is fun. It's definitely the class where filler is used the most, if that makes sense. Like with Prot Warriors and Prot Paladins, you have so many procs of other things happening, you don't have enough globals to do what you need to do. Like you just don't. There's too many things to be worried about and to press. But on a Guardian Druid, like, you have filler. You have filler. You have time to do other things. You have time to cast other things, and you know, no big deal. And yeah, you don't really take too much damage. You're gonna be great. One thing you remember about Classic was that after every core raid, your guild members back in Burning Crusade got the key to Tempest Keep. Oh yeah, there was a lot of attunement, a lot of keys, and attunements are cool. The only way I would be okay if they introduce attunements back in a big way is if they make it account wide. The biggest complaint that I had about having to go get the Shattered Halls key, Tempest Keep key, SSC attunement, the biggest complaint for me was, why don't all my characters have it? How come when I level up a new person, I have to remember the quest line is started by this guy in this area, randomly over here. Oh, it has a prerequisite where I need to just kill this other person over here. Like, there's a lot of random prerequisite. Oh, it didn't even give me the quest. There's a lot of random prerequisites that I didn't like. They just, you know, left a bad taste in my mouth. YouTube was not a thing, and the first time you were there, your guildmaster said you should all leave, because if you're going to see the mob, it was sheepable. Oh. Starting my modeling career? What? No beanie or hat? No, and risk of being demonetized? Yeah, no, I gotta appeal to the larger crowds, man. I'm going for a family-friendly stream here. Everything is going to be replaced with... it's going to be like Epic Mealtime. Every curse word is going to be replaced with a duck quack. So, Yeah, no more curse words. Sticking to the straight and narrow. I'm sorry I badmouthed Blizzard. What I meant to say was Ian is the greatest resto shaman of all time. I need to do more butt tanking, dude. As a guardian druid, you can do all the butt tanking you want. You're okay. Sorry if I missed a few of the chat messages there, by the way. It's like 100 degrees and that beanie's retired till fall. It's not that hot for me. It's not that hot for me. Today's actually a pretty gloomy day in LA. Pretty overcast. Pressing 2 buttons shouldn't reward you almost the same as somebody who uses all the tools available to do things better. If they cannot figure out a good reward, for what's the difference between... Yeah, there's definitely a lot of mythics. I mean, a lot of differences. But I agree that pressing 2 buttons for LFR rewards, I feel like it's too easy. I think LFR is too watered down. But the other argument for the just to give the counter argument is people buy this game and want to play this game, so they should be able to, if they purchase this game, see the end game content. Yeah, so I think LFR is too easy. I'd be okay if doing this, if hitting Raid Finder and queuing up queued me up for a normal dungeon, I'd be okay with that. And they removed LFR. That means that you have less power creep as well. By the end of the dungeon, you're not going to be completely overpowered because there's less item level scaling. By getting rid of LFR, you get rid of like one whole tier of scaling basically by the end. Yeah, your 250 mounts achievement yesterday. Congrats, Epic. Grinding out all those mounts, man. It's okay if they try to bring everyone to normal and maybe heroic, especially for tanks and healers. For sure, Pavel. For sure. Have they talked about how they're going to carry over the Mage Tower appearances for Guardian Druids? So, they haven't specifically, but what I can tell you... I don't know where the... If you guys know where the transmog vendor in this pyramid is, let me know. If not, like, I got to run back to Orgrimmar. But basically, when you hit the transmog vendor, you can select your artifact appearance there. So I'm going to assume it's going to be something like that. So you guys see it says join instance chat right here, right at the top. That's how I can join the voice chat with everybody else. So they have their built-in. They're trying to push it. Have they talked about... Oh, yeah, I just answered it. Sorry. Why the quack and quacking? Why not appealing with the quacking? Yeah, it's trying to be family friendly, guys. Just trying to be family friendly. It's a new look I'm going for. Okay, so this is a big pull. I'm gonna pop a lot of things. I'm gonna try to hold them all. There's some guys are bouncing around. Oh, I've got some big guns in here. The mage is doing tons of damage. Yeah, it's okay, guys. I'm a Guardian Druid. I can do 3 pulls at once while being severely undergeared. I didn't even use a Frenzied Regen in there. Nice. I'm good. How's my healer? Oh, my healer's fine. Let's just keep going. Let's just par for the course. Even Heroes of the Storm has a voice chat now, by the way. Yeah, I think they're really trying to push their voice chat, which is fine. I'm okay with it. I think it's a very smart move by them. Because ever since their game launched, people were using their own voice servers, whether it was Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, Mumble, Discord is a more popular one now. So yeah, people have always been using their own version of their own VoIP service. So it's a very smart move by Blizzard to just say, hey, you know what? Let's just keep you here as long as we can. Let's keep you using as many Blizzard products as we can. This is terrible. I don't know who keeps pulling all these things, but this is terrible. Let me pop a lunar. No, Frenzied Regen. I want to stand on my lunar a little bit more. Okay. I'm probably gonna die to this one. Not quite sure who did that to us, but That hurts. Alright, I'm good. What I meant to say was I'm not going to die to this one. I'm a Guardian Druid. Get off me, Blizzard. Can't touch me. Does Bear still feel overpowered? Yes. Bear feels very, very strong in comparison to every other tank. I realize that they've gotten nerfed a lot in comparison to how they were in BfA, but most tanks have. Most tanks have gotten a lot of things scaled back. So in comparison to, so I've tried prot warriors and prot paladins in heroic dungeons and mythic dungeons and that end game grind. So my Guardian Druid is now entering the end game grind, just barely entering, and feels very strong. Very strong. I don't feel as punished using my Guardian Druid. Alright. Everybody's here. Bear feels like I'm a dang bear. I got them bear arms. But yeah, bears are still very, very strong. Starting the end game grind. A lot of their things got nerfed, but their kit in comparison to every other tank's kit is still one of the strongest. They have a lot of like their really good cooldowns are on stacks. They have like a very similar cooldown to other tanks, but they're on stacks, so they can use things back to back. If you want to do a really big pull, like we did earlier, you're gonna have the ability to be a lot stronger because you have those stacks. You don't have to wait for those cooldowns. You don't have to wait for things to come back off. You just use your two stacks back to back. You know, you don't stack cooldowns, but you stagger them. So you can definitely get a lot of work done that way. Ooh, 288. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there. I need to get the werebear skin. Doing more Mage Tower. I don't even have any Guardian Druid legendaries in Legion. I am glad we are going away from the legendary system. I am so happy. The only other big complaint that I have about BfA, besides global cooldowns, is why do we have the Azerite neck that still has levels that are not account wide? Why is this still tied to my character? Big complaint in Legion was I have artifact knowledge and artifact power. My artifact power is per spec. Why do I have to level up every weapon every single time I have a different spec? My biggest complaint in BfA is how come I just have it only tied to my character? Why is swapping alts still gonna be... Yeah, hold on. I would swap alts, but I don't have all my Azerite traits unlocked yet because I haven't leveled up my Heart of Azeroth on that character. You know, I should just be able to grind out the gear that I'm capable of grinding out in a Mythic Plus, in a raid setting. You know, having account wide knowledge. I think that's gonna be the next expansion. The next expansion we have, they're gonna introduce a new system, kind of like AP, and it's gonna be account wide. That's one of my other complaints about BfA. I just want to be able to grind out the gear I need to, and then get on the tune I want to, and not necessarily the tune that has a high amount of power this way or the other. I got beat up there because I had the debuff that stuns me, and I got stunned for 3 seconds. But also, that was 3 pulls in 1. Don't do that, boys. Don't do that. You got Bearcat and Pally skins. I have Prot Warrior, Boomkin, Vengeance Demon Hunter. I think that's it. I think that's all the skins I have. Mage Tower skins I have. The neck is a pain. You get a piece of armor, and the first tier is like heart level 17. Yeah, so like the armor that you get while leveling up, like this stuff is easy, right? This was heart level like, I don't know, 3 or something. This is heart level 7, heart level 9. But once you start getting raid gear, it's gonna be like heart level 15 for the first trait. Like, I don't know. This is... I realize they want us to scale upwards and they want to give us the ability to move up, but it's too much. It's too much. I just realized that my healer is still dead. He never released. Duelist Dash, come over here. You say Demon Hunter was the easiest and Pally was the worst. Demon Hunter was the easiest mage tower because you have wings. So, he is AFK. Our healer left. So yeah, for Demon Hunter, like when you get knocked back by those Infernals, you just cancel it by popping your wings. Do you think they'll do Discord what they did to OQ? I don't know what OQ was, but no, Blizzard has a long way of till they kill Discord. They also need like offline chat functions if they want to kill Discord. So voice isn't the only thing that Discord is good for. Discord is also good for managing those things. Discord also has an open API, so you can add bots to it that do certain things. So you can have a bot that lets everybody know what the guild bank has. You can have a bot that gives DKP. You can have a bot, you can have bots that do a lot of different things. And unless Blizzard opens up their API to the communities thing that they're gonna do, if they open up the API, maybe. But as much as they open up the API to develop your own add-ons, I don't see them opening up the API to your BNet launcher, because that's where the communities are gonna live, in the BNet launcher and in the game. Y'all are slacking on those skins. I am for sure slacking on those skins. I didn't play too many classes when it came to BfA, so like I don't play Havoc Demon Hunter, I don't play Ret Paladin. As much as I would like an Ashbringer skin, learning how to play a Ret Paladin at this point, I just don't. I just don't really want to. Discord is too strong, Blizzard can't kill it yet? Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. You need a few years of people developing add-ons that have the same functionality, the same offline messages, the same kind of bots that can be added to it. If the community start having messages like that and it has like a very clean look like that and it has a really good interface, give it like 2 or 3 years for add-on developers to really add to it. But I don't think there's going to be too many add-ons to communities since it's part of BNet. What's your item level on my Druid on live? My Boomkin on live is like 947, late 940s. I used my Boomkin with my guild for progression through Tomb of Sargeras, and then once Antorus came out, I was actually main tanking on my Prot Warrior, so I had no more need to play beyond that. So I just geared up through Heroic Tomb of Sargeras. That's all I did on my Boomkin.
You did it! I knew me pooch would help out. Man's best friend, that. As promised.
Pally tank was so easy, literally never had a boss. Oh man. Pally tanking Mage Tower, the only thing that made it a little bit better is if you got really good procs with Avenger Shield, then your interrupts were going to be on point. Like, you were going to be really good. So a little RNG dependent on the prop paladin side, but yeah, I think prop paladin and prop warriors were in a similar boat in terms of difficulty. Melee class with the shield, a little bit of self-healing, The bubble is nice though, especially once you get to that second phase. You can just bubble and push a few more seconds. Alright, let's get this boss done. I'm going to pop Iron Fur before, because I have a lot of extra rage. Definitely the tanking Mage Tower was the most difficult Mage Tower, regardless of spec. But definitely, just general, the tanking one, what a nightmare it was. It had to get nerfed, what, 3 times, I think? Prop Pally can stun the boss too. So can Warriors. You have Stormbolt, or you had Shockwave, or you had Warbringer. So whatever it is you're running. Most tanks had a stun for the boss. That wasn't an issue. I have that damn debuff where I can't jump. If I jump, I get stunned. sure, nerds. I'll see you later, man. Alright, that debuff finally wore off. Let me pop a little bit of self-healing. I can have my bark skin going up right now. We're good. Boss dead. And not only WoW players are using Discord, yeah. In terms of like the WoW community, it's still gonna be hard to replace Discord. Oof, no gear. Nice, we get some food. I don't believe I have my right action bar showing. Let's do this. Cool. Yeah, one of the mage here kills it on the AoE damage. So that's the only time you ever have to worry about losing threat, is when someone's killing it that much. These guys, they have blind rage and they just go for random people, so it's not so much like you're losing threat as much as it's just part of their kit. But look at the damage done. That guy's putting me to shame. Alright, let's see. Let's do a big pull here. So since this is a big pull, I definitely want to watch the going bananas. Earlier we did, the last pull we did right now, I wasn't too worried about it because it wasn't that much damage going out. But with everything combined, it's definitely going to be a lot more damage. Alright, let me do that. Yeah, so there's the going bananas. We survived just fine. Let me use the charge of frenzied regen, just help the recovery process a little bit. Yeah, these guardian druids, very, very strong. Very good, strong, like, active mitigation. And that active mitigation, it's not difficult to have 100% uptime on active mitigation as a bear. It isn't. And you can even have a decent amount of uptime on active mitigation on 2 stacks as a bear. That's not completely impossible to have decent uptime for 2 stacks. What is my honest opinion on Brewmaster? You're new to tanking, liking Monk, but you don't want to try something that's a detriment, mostly Mythic Plus. So Mythic Plus is not where Brewmasters shine. That being said, any tank is going to be able to run Mythic Plus. And Brewmasters are no different. You're going to be able to run it. There are other classes that are going to be able to do it better than you. But the Brewmasters are very, very strong in what they bring to a group. And you have to exploit that power as much as you can. So Brewmaster monks, what they bring is stagger. So stagger is the one thing that makes Brewmaster monks like almost broken, right? So they only take a little bit of upfront damage to their HP pool, and the rest of it is kind of like a dot. So when we talk about Mythic Pluses, their strength is going to be whenever you have hard-hitting trash. Your strength is not going to be on Necrotic week. Your strength is not going to be on Bursting week. Your strength is going to be on Bolstering. Your strength is going to be on Raging week. Your strength is going to be when those things get combined with Fortified. Like, you are going to be able to take all of that hit, all of that damage up front, and make it filter all of that damage through your stagger. But if you ever want to go into raids, Brewmasters are very, very strong. Anyone tried Vampire? I heard it wasn't that good. I haven't tried it, but I heard it wasn't that great. Brew is good at the beginning of the X-Pack when gear is lower level because they have the damage. Yeah, so also learning how to tank and learning how to do boss fights is easiest on a Brewmaster because it's forgiving. On a Brewmaster, you can make mistakes and you can say, oof, I just took a really big hit. For some reason, I wasn't ready for that hit. Now I'm under heavy stagger. Let me actually let me try to get rid of that. Let me try to get a little bit of that. So Brewmaster is the most forgiving for learning and progression. You just have to, the strongest mechanic that Brewmasters have is stagger. So you have to filter as much as you can through that stagger, and make sure that you know that that's your strength. You watch this dude stream on Twitch every night, does 2-person with his Hand of the Protector. Yeah, you mentioned that to me. That's crazy. So he just equips legendary helm, is it right, for prop paladins that does that? But yeah, I think the power creep in Legion was also one of those things that, like, they probably could do a little bit better in BfA. Oof. They popped the time warp for this, and that guy is like a mini boss before the boss. And the guy said, "This isn't the boss," and the other guy said, "It's too bad. I don't care. I'm gonna pop Lust anyway." Throw Thrack, the shark puncher. Oh, Trothak. Got it. Oh, one other thing, by the way, that does help out Guardian Druids over everyone else is the fact that since their active mitigation does work like block, their active mitigation is also their biggest rage spender. The only other rage spender that they really have is Maul. Like, Frenzied Regen costs a little bit, but I don't think you're ever starving for that 10 rage. But since their active mitigation is very strong and it can stack, it's also off the global cooldown because it is active mitigation. So they have a few advantages over other people just because Iron Fur is as strong as it is. Druid, Demon Hunter, DK, Pally, Warrior, or Monk. For strongest, Druid, Guardian Druid is going to be the strongest tank for sure. If you want to do competitive Mythic Plus, you should consider a Blood DK because they have the ability of repositioning and doing like AMS. But if you want to just do general endgame content, both raiding and Mythic Plus, and you want to struggle the least amount as possible, then you play Guardian Druid. Item level 288. Still gearing up. I think I have a really bad ring. Or 263, 263. Yeah. Those are really bad pieces. Any news for BfA, like raid testing and such? I was supposed to have raid testing last weekend. So last weekend at the end of the stream, if you guys remember, there was LFR that opened up. And it was supposed to be open all weekend. Well, they ended up canceling it. So no raid testing that has been announced. Well, last time I checked, MMO Champion was actually on Monday. So maybe they announced some other one. Maybe somebody here can enlighten me, and they've said that they're going to raid test today. Also, Druids have really... They got Incapacitating Roar on a very small cooldown. And what's cool about it is instead of being like an AoE stun or something like that that's subject to diminishing returns, it's a disorient. So if you need an interrupt for whatever reason, like I did there, like there was a lot of AoE damage going out there. If you need that interrupt, that Roar is going to provide a non-diminishing return interrupt. And so it's also on a very short cooldown, 30 seconds, so you can use it frequently as an interrupt, and it works really, really well. It also only lasts 2 seconds, but it can be interrupted, so you're never gonna like lose anything. Oh, actually, we can go this way and just skip that trash. Just pretend that that trash doesn't exist. Alright, everybody's here. Let's get this boss down. Those missiles, so since BfA has been up, they've changed a lot of the textures that have been out, and those still have not been changed, and they're really hard to see, those little missiles that go out. I wish they would change it, but they've changed a lot of the textures, and that's just one that I haven't seen changed ever, and it's kind of hard to see. See those things? They're kind of hard to dictate where they're gonna fly to, what direction they're gonna go to. All right, I'm just gonna go up on top of the gold pile. I don't. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going, sir? Why are you gonna pull that trash? Please don't pull that trash. Damn it! I think somebody hit that trash. I don't think the boss pulled it. All right, so I got my incapacitating roar out there. Let me get all of my cooldowns now at this point, because this trash pull hurts a lot, which is the reason why I wanted to skip it, to be completely honest with you. But hey, we don't get to skip it anymore. I just gotta take it down. And then incapacitating roar is almost back up again, so I can also throw out that big AoE disorient very, very soon, just in case the Stormcaller. There it is. Stormcaller was starting to do stuff, so we hit him with it. Nice, knocking him out. Did we get any loot? We did. We got a trinket upgrade. I like this trinket too. Oh, and it's somebody was asking me about sockets. Look at that. This one has a socket. And I'm not limited to how many sockets I can get. It just happened to forge that way. Very nice. That is not a sandwich. Alright, I want to show you guys the whole transmog thing as well. Is my Hearthstone is almost up. Alright, actually guys, hold on. I do need to use the restroom real quick. Give me 1 minute. What's up, Steel? No beanie? No, man. Not today. I had something to do early this morning, so I I wasn't gonna go do that with a beanie on. So yeah, no beanie today. No beanie today. Shaved beard. It's like, you know what? And it's in protest too. Only reason I trimmed my beard is because this beard signifies how strong warriors are in the current build, and since they decided to nerf warriors, I decided to nerf my beard. That's it. It's ridiculous, Blizzard. Once they bring back the warriors, then the beard will come back too. Blizzard, you need to stop. So for those of you guys who are asking about like Mage Tower appearances and stuff like that, this is, I think it's just going to be baked into the transmog guy. apparently have rusty gear waiting for me. Cool, thank you. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without the rusty gear. So the transmog people, they have the appearances here. So if I look at the transmog, look at the weapon, unfortunately for Guardian Druids, it was the one-handers, so it's not going to be here. But if I look at collections, when I look at fist weapons, wait, are they not here? There they are. Fist of the Heavens. So if I were to go out right now and get 2 one-handers, then I could do this again, and I could transmog to this. So as far as like how the werebear skin is gonna be, I think it's just gonna be somewhere here. I think when you select your weapon, it's going to come up and it's going to have that. Or druids might have an extra button where they click that, and that takes them to an area that's gonna have the separate things, the separate skins. Nice. I also really like this one, but I spend all my time as a bear, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I think they're just gonna have it as part of the transmog. I don't think they're gonna do it like via the barber shop or anything like that. Just gonna be baked into there. All right, let's queue up for another dungeon. Let me look at the world quest, see if they've updated, and maybe actually give me some good rewards now. Ooh, 295. They have updated because my item level went up. Very nice. I don't think very much else is updated. Trying to get to those heroic dungeons, guys. I need item level 305. Oh wait, I missed one. Nope. Been wondering, yeah, for sure, Chris. I know that, like, when I'm on my prot warrior, since it's just a sword and board, just a shield and a one-hander, they have it there in the transmog options. They have my old artifact appearance there. So, like, right now, character copying is not available. You can't character copy. So as soon as they allow character copies, I am going to character copy like my warrior and see if my mage tower appearance is there, if my recolors are there, my PvP weapon, you know, all the good stuff. So as soon as they do allow character copies, I'll be seeing that. But for right now, you know, they don't allow character copies. The Motherlode, the best dungeon in BfA, he said sarcastically. This is a terrible dungeon. I hate this dungeon. This is the seat of the triumvirate of BfA, by the way, guys. In case you guys were wondering what that would look like, it's this. This is seat 2.0. Oof. Apparently they had, so I joined this. They're on the way to the last boss right now. They're saying right now that they had a really bad tank, and that one of the DPSers had more deaths because the tank losing aggro than anything else. Nice. I joined a group that's fighting within themselves already. Cool. Oh man, let me just stand right here and I'll tank this for anyone. Does BfA AP go like artifact knowledge and legion? No. So the Azurite power in BfA is just Azurite power. There's nothing else with it. Nothing special, nothing fancy. If you look down here, I have my bar of artifact power. There's no way to increase, like to multiply the Azurite power that I receive. It's just a static amount. Every level takes a little bit more. Maybe future raid bosses will be giving more Azurite power. That's what I imagine. I imagine they're going to make it scale with the content you're doing, but not necessarily multiply over time. So it might be, hey, you're doing a heroic level raid. Cool, you're going to get, you know, 1.5 times as much. You're doing Mythic, you're going to get twice as much. Because your gear is going to require it. So, like right now, you guys see my Heart of Azeroth there on the left-hand side. It's level 6, right? But my gear, like, this is my lowest level Azurite gear, right? 295, yeah, 295. I can select the first trait. But on this one, I can't select any traits. I need level 11, and then level 14, and then level 17. If I were to get a piece of raid gear, it might start the lowest tier at level 20. Level 20 Heart of Azeroth. So you're just going to need higher levels. Oh, wait. The group is still fighting amongst themselves. Guys, it's okay. Show aggro percentages. Cool, let me see. Thank you. Thank you for that. Want to reset time warp? Oh, they all have time warp. I was like, I don't have it. What are they talking about? The thing that bums me out the most is world quests are lackluster, and the cash from them just gives gold and AP. Yeah, right now that's all it does. I'm imagining that they're gonna change it to be more like the current system, where right now, actually now it gives 600 Azerite on top of like the other stuff, on top of the Radiant cores. It used to just give the Radiant cores. I've had a few times where it gives me upgrades in terms of armor, but I agree that emissary caches can be worked on a little bit to give a little bit more. They want to reset time warp, so let me try to reset time warp. Alright. They didn't even tag it. They didn't even reset it. Oh, man. Did I get a haircut and shave? No, Hector. I have just gotten really good at animation. And I actually hired someone from Pixar to pretend like all of that's happening. Oh, it didn't reset. They did tag it. Cool. I guess it just works on raid bosses. The draw to get Legos was a big reason to do emissaries. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm glad Legos are gone. Legos are no good. Alright. We're good. Let's do this. 2 thumbs up. It's about time I tamed the disaster on my face. Well, the disaster that is the face has not been changed. And I'm not planning on that, but the beard is gonna come back. You can rest assured. Every now and then I just purge it and just immediately start to regrow it. I wasn't streaming back in those days, but at one point before Legion came out, my beard was probably like down here. I don't know. Can you guys have seen it? Oh, lower than the camera. You guys would have just seen all beard. So it's all, you know, it comes and goes. Right now, it just left the building. It'll be back just for you, Max. And if I'm ever gonna cosplay anything, Max, it'll be an undead with a beard who's a prot warrior, just crying in a corner about nerfs. Oh no, 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 I need to I missed it. Okay. I'm just gonna pay more attention to that. These ads can do whatever they want. We need to get this boss to phase 2. Let the beard die? Never. Never. The day I let the beard die completely is the day I quit Prot Warriors. It's not gonna happen. Don't make me do it. Alright. There it is. Time to pick him back up. Drag him over to the middle because we do have to dodge his Gatling gun. And I have Lunar Beam back up. Perfect. Bad enough that you're undead. We can live with the face. Aw, Max, that is the closest thing to a compliment you've given me in 2 years, Max. I appreciate it. You're such a you're just a stand-up guy, man. I knew there was like some niceness in there, Max. Thank you. Alright, let me hop out of here. I got an upgrade. I joined late, got an upgrade. The real Beffy is playing Final Fantasy XIV. You can see me using beard glitter and baubles. No, not going to happen. No beard glitter. Is the drop icon only on tank now? What do you mean the drop icon? Oh, because I got it 3 times in a row? No, it's not. That they just worked out that way for that time. I don't know why. There was a new so there was a new build of the beta updated, pushed out yesterday, I want to say, that fixed an AoE bug they were having. So every AoE in the game was lasting forever. So they fixed it. So unless that one made it so that only the tank gets it, but no, I played Monday night and yesterday, and no, it was still going to everyone. Let's queue up again. I'm item level 292. Is this the new one? No, I have the new one equipped. Okay, 292. I'm almost there. Brian, you know, sometimes you just gotta change careers. That's as close as I get. You're dead inside. You see, Max, you need to be dead on the outside too, and be an undead. That's exactly what happened, Epic. I nerfed my beard because it's a protest. It's a protest. My beard is only as epic as prot warriors are, and right now they barely exist. You know, they're just hanging on. Like, you can play a prot warrior, it's there, you can see it, but most people are like, looks like a buff to you. Hey Hector, you should text me later. Thanks for the kind words, man. Maybe we can I was gonna say maybe we can rub non-beards later, but I take that back before that even before that statement even went out. So this door opened up. It's always a random door in this mansion, by the way. This door happened to open up this time. I like this door because it has good LOS, so I can do stuff like this. LOS. Oof! Oh no! The pulls, the big pulls here. Oh no. Okay, we gotta be careful. I did pop one frenzied regen. Let me start stacking like survival instincts in here as well. Start rotating my cooldowns in. I don't have my lunar strike anymore. I used it on the first pull because I didn't think we were gonna get too crazy on pull number 2. But hey, you know, I was wrong. Here it is, lunar strike. There it is. So let me actually pull these guys and get them over here. Alright, come on. I got him. There it is. I taunted him. I was like, why isn't he LOSing? I like this pillar. You can LOS. Being undead in LA wouldn't even draw attention. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. I can go out in full cosplay in LA, and people would just be like, look at that hippie dude. I don't know. He's probably into grass-fed coffee. LA people. Am I calling prot warriors neckbeards? I'm offended for you. Not necessarily prot warriors. I mean, hey, if you play World of Warcraft, you're part of the gang, man. Part of the gang. It's like when someone on World of Warcraft calls you a nerd. It's like, hey, we're all playing MMORPGs here, right? We're playing the exact same MMORPG. Nerd. Half of your coworkers in LA look undead. Thank you, Hector. Thank you. Make protection great again? Oh, man. I know. That's what I need. I need to start, like, a campaign. A campaign for Blizzard to hear me out. How do you... Ian has his Resto Shaman. How do you make a Resto Shaman? Oh, can we get the main tanks of Elitist Jerks? Since Ian still plays and heals for Elitist Jerks, can we get the main tanks for Elitist Jerks to re-roll as Protection Warriors? And then Ian will be like, what the hell? What is killing you? You need to get a buff. Okay, I got it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Next week, we're going to push out a new build. I'll get you some buffs. Don't worry about it, man. His pants are made of hemp. Dang hippies. We're all hippies in LA. I like my eggs in the morning to be grass-fed eggs. But sir, eggs don't eat grass. I don't care. Bunch of undead zombie sheep in LA and San Fran. Oh no. This guy just keeps barfing all over me. The Gorger. Just keep barfing all over me. You have to be careful with this room, by the way. This room has the boss, and if you happen to cleave the boss will just sit there where he is and cast on you and nuke everybody in your party. Big AoE nukes to everybody in your party. So you have to be really careful with how you pull this room, because if you accidentally cleave that boss, or let's say I pull this group to the right in front of the boss will aggro by proximity, and yeah, your group will wipe. There's no way to reset the boss. I have tried running as far as I can, as close to the beginning of the dungeon as I can, and yeah, he just doesn't reset. Ride the bus in Cali, undead everywhere, but nobody uses public transportation in Cali. It's terrible. You only use the metro when you're 16 and don't have a license yet. Oh no! Ah, got it. He still casted his silence. You talk to people in Silicon Valley all day long. They're definitely different from most Midwest. Yeah, it's different worlds. Different worlds. But hey, you know what? As long as you know the bias of where it is that you live and you're well informed of that, I think you can do okay. All right, let's pull this boss. So when BfA launches, 3 Sunders are going to race change and class change to the Troll Bear. Nope. I'm not going to be a bear, guys. I'm not going to be a bear. In fact, Hector here in the chat used to play a Prot Warrior, and I remember telling him that tanking on a Prot Warrior was not that easy. And he was like, I'll make it easy, and he made a brand new Prot Warrior, and he called him Easy Mode Tank. So I'm not gonna become the easy mode tank, guys. I'm not gonna do it. I'm here for the challenge. When I load up a brand new game, I don't select easy on the settings. It's not what I do. Easiest character you ever had? Oh, we can beat this guy before the servants get to him. Come on, we can do it. Oh no, the servants are getting close. I don't think we're gonna be able to. This tenderize doesn't have a texture anymore, by the way. It used to have at least a frontal cone texture to show you where it was gonna land, but he just kind of cast it in front of him now. That's kind of weird. There it is, but it's kind of weird. When am I gonna start streaming Dota? Dota has changed so much from when I used to play it with you all the time that I need to relearn Dota before I start streaming it. I can't just be like, all right, time to boot up the camera, and I'm gonna be completely terrible. Time to feed for 2 hours. Let's do that. Actually, I need to go back out. We need to kill the bosses out here because we had a different path. Oh, we can go up from the kitchen down here. This dungeon is gonna be the new Court of Stars with like 10, 20 different ways of doing things. That's what this dungeon is. Like, oh, this is still locked. Yeah, okay, so we do need to go out there. Got it. There's another way down there though that we can go by defeating because we're gonna need to do the witches, and going that way we're gonna need to knock them out. You would pay to watch me feed for 2 hours? Oof. I can do that here. I can just join a battleground and just run into the opposing faction for a few hours. Other prot warriors are better now in BfA. Hope they're not saying it to please the... Oh yeah, there's plenty of people that are saying that things are better, and mechanically things are slowly getting better. Like, prot warriors are a lot better now than the patch that Ignore Pain was removed, but that's because they were completely unfinished. So I get that, but they're not in a good position for endgame pushing. If I play a prot warrior while leveling, yeah, things feel fine. Like, just as a leveling experience. That's why I noticed it a lot with prot warriors. Prot warrior was my first thing that I hit 120 with, and I realized how big the difference was between grinding, questing, doing normal dungeons, and then doing mythic dungeons. I realized that it was completely different world. And when I realized that, that's when I was like, I can't put out a review video saying how things actually are without having played in an endgame. Like, I have to play these in endgame. Like, I can do the first look series where I talk about what's different. I talk about the rotation. I talk about how the rotation feels, but I can't tell you, hey, by the way, guys, Guardian Druids are really strong, and they're gonna be strong all throughout the first raid tier. I can't tell you that unless I gear up for the first raid tier, which I'm trying to do right now. I've done it for 2 classes. Gonna do it for another 4 or 3. Demon Hunter. Oh, I geared up 2 classes. I got this one left to gear up, and then Demon Hunter and Monk as well. Blood DK, yeah. But I definitely don't think that prot warriors are fine. Better, yes. Slowly getting better, yes. Done, no. I still think they need a few more tweaks. Speaking of LA and LA things, some In-N-Out sounds really good right now. Or some Habit Burger. Habit Burger I enjoy more than In-N-Out. That sounds really good about now. Alright, let's knock this boss out. Alright, so we've got a fire way over there. Hopefully one comes here a little bit sooner. There it is. Okay, let me drag him to this fire. So he gets stacks of this buff that makes him do a lot more damage. And the only way to remove these stacks is to kite him through a fire. Makes his stacks fall off. But if you kite him through a fire the whole time, basically what's going to happen is you're just going to do a ton of AoE damage all the time, and everybody's going to hate you. Specifically, your healer will hate you. Oh no! Soul Thorns. Okay, I need to help DPS those Soul Thorns while removing these stacks. So, I'm going to go over here, start removing these. Perfect. And go back on the boss. Am I going to keep doing this week in Mythic Plus and BfA? Yes, Mohammed. Yes, I will. The only reason I stopped right now is because I've been playing so much BfA. In order for me to level up every tank and gear it up through heroic dungeons and mythic dungeons, it's taking a lot of time. So yeah, I kind of discontinued that series for the time being. But when BfA launches this week in Mythic Plus is going to be a staple for sure. There's also new affixes that they're going to be adding. I think one of them has been data mined already. So yeah, they're definitely going to be changing things up. So it's not going to be the same combination, same videos that I've already made. They're definitely adding more. And since they nerfed threat generation, I don't know if Skittish is going to go away. They might just make Skittish go away, because things right now basically have Skittish. Carney's Hot Dogs up Sunset. I have not been to Carney's Hot Dogs. Sounds like I need to make my way over there. Get myself some hot dogs. That sounds good too. Anything that is not healthy sounds really good right now. I'm hungry, and When you're hungry, you crave all the worst things. Can't say I've ever been hungry and gone, oof, I could just really use some chia seeds right now. You know? It just, can I just get some quinoa right now? Man, let me tell you. Make Grievous go away. Oh please, it's just a pain. I think the one that I hate the most is Necrotic. It's just like kite. Hey, get up to 15 stacks and then kite. There's nothing fun about it. The only other one that I think, oh, I'm sorry. Besides Necrotic, the one that I actually do hate the most is Bursting, because it just limits you in an artificial way, right? It's like, if I can handle pulling and killing 20 mobs at the same time, why is this affix limiting me? Because I would take 200% of my HP as damage. Like, why? Why? If my gear allows me to do these things and my cooldowns allow me to do these things, and I play at a level strong enough to pull this way, even if they have raging, even if it has teaming, like anything like that, why am I limited? Seems like they upped the number of bombs. Up the number of bombs for what? Go to Guisados and grab some steak tacos. Yes. Oh, they're going that way? Okay, we can go that way too. But if we go, hey guy, if we go this way, there's just a crow. Oh, you guys already pulled something over there. Cool. We'll just go that way. Hey, well, got it. When BfA first rate is available during launch or next patch, I don't imagine I don't even know if it's going to be a patch, but it won't be available at launch. They're going to let you gear up a little bit first. They're going to probably put it on the PTR for sure. So you can test it out on the PTR, but they're not going to drop it on the launch of it. Let me pull these guys. We want the room available to us. Raise your hand if you hate explosive. Even explosive, I can deal with explosive, because I guess as a warrior they give me charges of victory rush, and I like that. So explosive I can deal with. Bursting just limits you artificially. It's like, as a tank with this gear, my DPSers, like, we can handle pulling these many mobs, but we can't, because we would die instantly. We get a dot that somehow kills us. Is there a story behind the mouse logo? Not really, Ian. Not really. No one ever targets the explosives. As a tank, I don't mind it, because it gives me those victory rush procs. Let me lower that. Cool. It's getting really bright out here. All right, let's pull. They're like, hey tank, here, take care of this. Yeah, it's explosive is a mechanic that a lot of people leave to the tank, but it shouldn't be only the tank. There's certain classes that are really good at it. For example, if you have a boomkin, your boomkin should be stomping out those explosives, because all they need is one moonfire. So, you know, depends on the classes, and I disagree that it's a tank only mechanic. Tanks can handle it easily, but every now and then you also do bigger pulls. Alright, everybody's dying because they stacked up and they blew each other up. He's a undead mouse. He's a dead mouse of gaming. No, I don't want to be dead mouse. It'll be the first content patch. It'll be released but not unlocked. Yeah, so it should be baked in. They'll probably have PTR testing weekends to iron out the numbers. I think right now the testing weekends that they've had is more for, let's see if these new mechanics that we baked in are working. Let's see if the elevator boss is actually going to be usable. Let's see, you know. I think in terms of numbers, they're not done yet. That was Blizzard's way to try to slow down the game. Oh, bursting? Yeah, I was not a fan of bursting. Let me pop a little bit of self-healing and just keep tanking it up. It looks like Danger Mouse. So when you get to the year sponsor, your mouse is going to have a beanie and grow a beard. That would be awesome. 1 year, your the mouse actually gets a crown. You get a silver crown, I believe. I'd have to look again. There's a silver crown and a gold crown, and I forget what months and what years mean which one. But yeah, you get a crown on your head, man. But having a beard on it, not a bad idea, Demon Hunter. Not a bad idea. I tweeted out all the logos not too long ago, a few months ago. You wish there were more affixes targeted to DPS so they have something to worry about? Yeah. I prefer bursting over bolstering and necrotic. Oh, man. See, and that's what happens. You get like these big varying differing opinions about like what is a good affix and what isn't. Like for me, removing bursting would probably be step number 1. Step number 2 would probably be necrotic, although I can see the point of necrotic. It's just annoying. It's annoying having to kite. If you haven't seen Danger Mouse, go watch it. I remember Danger Mouse. Google Danger Mouse and you will know. Yeah, I remember Danger Mouse. If I could type correctly. Yeah, I remember Danger Mouse. It does look similar. I'll give you that. Instead of the eye patch, it's got the power reader. Oh, they went through the other basement entrance. Now you can't kite because of threat. Yeah, that's kiting is going to be interesting. The other thing that I think is going to be kind of weird is going to be a lot of the classes got their snares removed. A lot of tanky classes like Protection Warrior Thunderclap is now only 20%. Blood Decay still have their Death Decay, but you know, some of that whole snaring ability has been removed. So if Necrotic is still gonna stay here, we're gonna have to rely on our DPS to do some of that for us. Why am I not receiving heals? Healing done? Yeah, I have a lot more healing done. Huh. Necrotic with the new threat will be impossible. Griffin, you just wait till it's Necrotic Skittish week. With the new BfA. With the new global cooldown changes, Necrotic Skittish. Good luck. Isn't Dragon Roar a snare though? It is. But it feels bad that we have to talent into what used to be baseline. So Thunderclap used to have 50% snare. Now it's 20%. Dragon Roars are 50%. I agree that Dragon's Roar place is for Mythic Plus. And I like it because it gives us back our snare. But I don't see why they had to nerf the snare of Thunderclap in the first place. But in its current state, Dragon's Roar is going to be for that. Like, Dragon's Roar is your snare for Mythic Plus. That's its place. That's its place in the world. And it's really good at it too. I like this new version of Dragon's Roar better because it also generates a little bit of rage. Sure, it's on a longer cooldown, but it does generate a little bit more rage as well, so that's nice. Oh man, I got really low there. I think the healer keeps doing DPS instead. I was gonna say it's a shadow priest. No, there's a holy priest hiding behind him. Wait, is it holy? Oh no, I think this guy is disc actually. Yeah, this one's a disc priest. You'll be taking Necrotic Skittish Tyrannical week off? Yeah, that's gonna be the rough one. It'll make hunters or rogues in the group a must-have. I agree. I think if we're gonna live in this post aggro world, they should give another misdirect to another class. Currently, we have the two classes. We have rogues and hunters. I think at least one other class should also get a misdirect. He's disc. I think he's AFKing. I think so too. Every now and then, like, I just don't receive any heals. I have to change the chart from damage done to healing done. I wanna see. Necrotic Skittish Fortified. Ian grabbing popcorn and sitting back. Yeah. And Ian is a healer. And do you guys remember Overflowing? Overflowing was a healing affix that was in Legion that was removed. It's like, come on. Come on. The one thing that applied exclusively to you gets removed. I'm watching you, Ian. I'm watching you. The healers need to heal and not be a 4th DPS. What is this rubbish you speak? I know. This isn't the MDI. We're not on team no heals. I need a healer. As OP as Guardian Druids are, when I'm almost 20 item levels lower than what's dropping, I need heals sometimes. I think I'm gonna main a rogue. Nice. You're gonna be real good with war mode on. War mode, just grief people all day. How's my healer? Healer's full mana. Everybody needs to walk up to the platform. Everybody, if you could just make your way onto the platform here, that'd be great, guys. Gentlemen, anyone? Orc priest, orc hunter, orcs. If you guys could both make your way onto the platform, thank you. Grievous is terrible for pug healers. Yes, yeah, it is. I agree. There's also a lot of people that don't realize how terrible Grievous is, and they'll do really dumb things. Like, you might have a warlock that while you are in combat, they are going to speed boost and get their HP down below 90 while in combat, as opposed to waiting until combat ends. So yeah, there's some people that don't help out healers when it's a Grievous week. I agree. Grievous can be rough. Anybody? Bueller? We're getting all the old references today. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Danger Mouse. I'm getting all these references out of the way. All right, so the big thing to know about this boss is, and it's very important to know, when this debuff goes away, is it that one? No, this debuff. I blow up and I spread the plague to everybody else around me. So if you're melee, you have to run away from your tank at that moment, because, or else, like, if you don't, you are gonna pick up that debuff and you're actually going to end up spreading it back to the tank when you're done with it. So I will spread it to you, you will spread it to me, and it'll just be the gift that keeps on giving. And we don't want that to happen, because the amount of damage that you take in this fight is already pretty damn high, and then you start spreading this contagion amongst yourselves. It starts getting really rough. I have a healer, he's just a disc priest. Yeah, but he wasn't doing anything in the beginning. They want to be spectators. Alright, let's just knock these guys out. I have Lunar healer. Healer, we're doing healer. Hey healer. Hey guy. Look at the healing charts. Hey healer. Healer, we're doing the things. Hey heals. Alright, he's healing. Alright, we're good. I know you guys were worried. Don't worry about it. Healer's here now. He knows we're doing things. We're good. Give me a beta key and I'll heal for you. I wish I had beta keys to give away to you guys. If Blizzard gave me 20 beta keys, half of you guys watching would be getting one. How cool would that be? The only bad part is Blizzard doesn't know I exist, guys. It feels bad, man. Blizzard has no idea. If you go up to Ian and you're like, hey, how about that guy who did the Monty Python video with your head stitched on it? He's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Who? Yeah, Befuddled. I don't know what you're talking about. But if I had beta keys, I would absolutely be giving them away to you guys on these live streams, and you guys would have really good chances of getting them. But you know, I've reached out to Blizzard in the past. I've reached out to Blizzard once so far, and they were just kind of like, no thank you. Mods get 2 keys, and then they can sell them on eBay. With the new spammable shield, they get lazy even though the shield is super weak. Dan, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome. You're saying that my Disc Priest is lazy? No. He's actually healing now. During the boss fight, like he's like, I got this, guys. I got this. Don't worry about it. You had beta and you deleted it. But you got to see the end game. You leveled up what, 3 tunes to 120? So you got to see it. You got to see it. Keeping all the beta keys to myself. That's right. I wake up in the morning. I pour out a bowl of beta keys. You don't think the new threat will matter a single bit? Griffin, I disagree with you. I think for the... It depends on what kind of player you are. If you only do raid content, and you only do raid bosses, and that's your form of progression, it's not going to matter to you. Absolutely. Like, if all you do is raid content, yeah, you'll be fine. One-on-one threat is still good. You don't have to worry about it. Where it matters is Mythic pluses, and it's going to affect pugs a lot more than anyone else, but it's going to matter a lot of Mythic pluses. If you take it into account, the third pull in HOV is the pull with a dragon, right? You have 1 dragon, you have 2 casters, and you have 2 melees. That pull, when you run in and you stack on one of the casters, right? So your goal is to stack that pull up as best as you can. You probably need 3 seconds just to position the pull. This has nothing to do with you generating aggro, nothing with you going through your rotation and starting to get comfortable with your rotation during that pull. You just need to place the pull somewhere. So in Mythic pluses and pulls like that, where you have multiple casters, or even just 1 caster and 1 really hard hitting mob, you're gonna need to spread out your damage. You're gonna need to start tab targeting, and you're gonna need to start spreading all of that love out, all of that aggro out. So if you do a lot of Mythic plus content, it's going to affect you for sure. Like, I guarantee you the threat changes will affect you. You did not accept. Oh no, I didn't realize I was running into a bunch of a bunch of elites. Oh god, we can make it. We'll be fine. We're druids. We're druids. We can do this. Come on. We gotta make it to this world quest area. Get an upgrade. Oof. Half HP. Ysera's gift. Perfect. Colossus Smash. Will Breaker. Cool. Where am I going? North. Cool. This is the first raid, by the way, is here. It's in this pyramid. That's the first raid boss. This guy up here, he's the first raid boss. And the entrance, oof, the entrance is like somewhere down here on the side of the pyramid. You kind of sneak in. If we ask Ian if he knows the guy who tweeted at him why he slaughtered warriors in the middle of the night, he will know. You think so? You think so? Because I did. I try to keep him up sometimes. With the new expansion, everyone starts from the same standing point. Yeah. We will need all the guides once BfA is live. Yes. So during the last month before BfA goes live, during like the whole pre-patch and stuff, that's when I'm gonna start doing the guides, because right now, like, all we have to do is look at prop paladins. I felt like prop paladins were done, and then they got their mastery reworked, where their mastery was only reducing damage inside of consecrate, and then the next week their new mastery got reworked again to now include block chance and the consecrate things. So there's changes happening to classes that you even feel like, hey, this class is good, this class is basically done. A lot of changes. So war drummer, I have to kill a war drummer. Where's this war drummer? Up here? So yeah, there's a there's a lot of changes happening, so I don't necessarily want to put out guides yet. I'm putting out like impression videos and urging everyone to provide feedback and what do you guys think, because that's what we can do right now. But guides will be coming out soon, probably when the pre-patch goes live. That's when I can expect all of this BfA stuff to be in a PTR rather than a beta build, and I can start doing those guides. What's up, Slim? Slim Jesus? You get Omega? Oof. Oof. Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one, Epic. Alright, the war drummer's here. We're completing our world quest and knocking all these people out. Come on. Shouldn't have been there in that meat grinder cast. That hurt a lot more. That hurt a lot more than I thought it would. I do have another heal ready. Meat grinder. Get out of it. Get out of it. Will you stream leveling once it's released, or will I already be done with it since I know all the shortcuts? No, I'm going to stream leveling. I don't know all the shortcuts because, to be honest with you, I'm not very big on just only questing. The way that I got my Druid up was dungeon crawling. I have not completed a single zone. My first zone to quest in was Sul'Dazar, and I'm not done here. Like, my war campaign is not done. So yeah, I'm definitely... Actually, this is not Sul'Dazar. But yeah, I have not completed a single zone on this Druid because I like dungeon crawling. My favorite way of leveling is dungeon crawling, which is not the best way. But once BfA comes out, I will be live streaming, leveling up, war mode enabled, you know, whatever. I'm gonna be streaming it. This person's got a lot of HP, man. They're just not gonna die. You only do Mythic Plus. You pug 100% of the time, so you're tad worried. You think it'll be okay. We are definitely going to get used to it, but I firmly believe that in the upcoming builds, they're going to have to increase our multipliers a little bit. So whether they do it right now, whether they do it in pre-patch, whether they do it once BfA goes live in the first build that comes up, they're going to have to increase our multipliers. They're going to have to say, you know what? Tanks are either going to be doing twice as much threat by just being a tank spec, or in comparison to, I think they nerfed it from what was 10 down to 4, so they're gonna have to either increase it from 4 up to like 6 or to 8, or they're going to have to increase our throughput, you know. But I don't think they're gonna increase our throughput. It would make us do as much damage as DPS dealers, and I find that hard to believe that they would ever do that. What's this gear like? Yeah, 5 item levels higher. Let's equip that. That rare is eating your lunch? Yeah, he was. I'll get an Omegalo. You're just gonna hang out with Lambda Lambda Lambda? What? What's up, Dakota? And what's up, Slim Jesus? I'll say hi to you again. I'm a danger mouse. I'm a danger mouse. Whoa, that was instant. They're waiting for me. That means that they're halfway through? No. Okay. At least pull and boss guides in dungeons? Yes, for sure. So like right now, even between last week and this week, I've already seen a few differences in regular and heroic dungeons. Oh hey, they are halfway through. Let me harvest these. There's a bunch in the last room too. Let's go this way because that way there's 2 matron or blood matrons and they hurt. I'd rather not go that way. Oh wait, where's my healer? Okay, my healer's AFK still. Cool. It was so helpful during Legion. Speak for yourself, but it was just a bit late. Yeah, I agree. So since I didn't play Warlords, I was not in the beta for Legion. I didn't know that I was going to be creating content for Legion. I honestly, it was a last moment thing to do. So I started playing Legion. I hadn't really sat down and played WoW for a very long time. I hadn't seriously raided in a long time, but as soon as I sat down and started playing Legion, I was like, I'm really digging this so far. And then I started looking for people. I started looking for guides, and I couldn't find what I wanted. I couldn't find the type of guides, the type of people that I wanted to see. And then at that point I was like, well, if you can't find what you want, then you have to create what you want, right? So that was the point. Was after the Legion pre-patch. So pre-patch was up. That's when I was like, all right, I gotta create guides. I want to create the guides that I would like to watch. So yeah, it was all a bit late because I just had to get back into it. I wasn't there from the get-go. But now that I am, I'm ready. I'm ready for these changes. The hippo was bigger than me. Druid needs change as a hippo when tanking. Hey, the new Druid actually looks pretty cool. The Zandalari Druid, looking like a dinosaur. It's pretty cool. I like it. This creeping route, yeah. So like, for example, this boss has changed like 4 or 5 times throughout the course of the beta. Just its normal mode, its heroic mode, and its mythic mode. It's all changed. Like this sanguine stack, I don't know. The sanguine stack gets applied by Blood Bolt now, I guess. I assume he used to cast sanguine, and it was a small AOE around him. The creating new illusions was only in mythic mode, not in normal or heroic. So, you know, there's always changes. So I'm gonna wait. I could put out the boss guides now, but then they're not gonna be true. There's a few other things that I need to say about the BfA beta before it goes to pre-patch and actually becomes a real thing. So kind of prioritizing those. Oof. Heal me! This dot is gonna kill me. Dealing 53,000 damage every 2 seconds. These ticks, man. I hate them. I hate them. So when are we getting ZT? You want your ZT Druids? Zandalari Trolls? They are dropping sometime in BfA. So in order for you to get them, you need to be exalted with the new faction that they're adding in BfA. So you're probably going to need to quest in 2 zones. 2 zones are mostly Zandalari Druid. So if you're Horde, you're gonna need to quest in Zandalar and in the zone I'm in right now. What's it called? I can't zoom out. So Zandalar and then the top right hand zone, I forget what it's called. Those are the 2 areas with the trolls. You're gonna need to do both of those and then just grind out rep through emissaries and dailies and stuff, world quest. And then once you hit exalted, that's when you're gonna unlock the pre-quest. We don't know what the pre-quest is yet because they're not added in yet. But you're getting Zandalari Trolls once BfA launches, and you have to be 120 and exalted. Yeah, just a lot of little things. Let's see if this boss is still bugged too. He creates a bunch of like maggots that turn into ticks, and you have to stomp out those maggots, but they haven't been working for the past 2 weeks. It has nothing to do with the rat. Oh, okay. Never mind then. There you go. Max has the answers. Yeah, so you can do it, yeah, at launch, but yeah, you're gonna need to do the exalted thing. Yep. Yeah, and then the Kultiran humans is gonna be their version. The Kultiran human druids actually look pretty cool too. I don't mind that. I don't mind them at all. They look menacing. They look very menacing, especially for Alliance. They look like they're cursed objects instead of being like druids that are shape-shifting. They look more like voodoo dolls that came to life. You know, I'm all for that. Giving the Alliance a little bit of a little darker of an image. First they get Void Elves, now they get the Kultiran Druid forms. We're getting all sorts of things. But yeah, you guys can see, you know, all day today grinding these dungeons out. I was 10 item levels lower when we started today. Guardian Druids, not difficult, but that being said, by Friday I will be grinding out heroics. So my goal is to finish the last 11 item levels by Friday, and then do them, and then on Friday I can show you guys heroics, and maybe if I get really ahead, I can even start doing the mythics. So hopefully we can start doing some mythics with this Guardian Druid. Although if I can do a heroic, I can probably do a mythic on a Guardian Druid. So maybe even push my luck and try a mythic without having full gear for it on a Guardian Druid. So we'll see how we get to it on Friday. And if there is raid testing, we can even try raid testing on a Guardian Druid, because I haven't lost any threat. I haven't had the need to use all of my cooldowns at all times. I could cycle through them a lot better as well. And then at that point, I won't be running Lunar Strike anymore. I won't be a noob that runs Lunar Strike. I'll be running Rend and Tear like a normal druid. The Zandalari druids look way better. I agree. Although, you know what? Zandalari cat form, I'm not crazy about. I'm not going to lie to you. I do like the Kultiran cat form more. Oh, the one form that I'm not crazy about is the Zandalar Troll Boomkin form. The, like, wingless Aroka look. Not for me. Not for me. Alright, this pull hurts. So we'll see. This is gonna be one of those high damage pulls. Alright, so I want to hold him in, and I definitely want to hit the Guardian first. Or no, this guy. Yeah, the Death Speaker. The Death Speaker is gonna summon more guys. I don't want him to. And this is one of the hardest hitting pulls in the dungeon. You guys can see I am taking some heavy damage. I'm doing damage taken 9k per second, but my HP pool is so big. It's like it gives my healer time to recover. But that was a lot of damage taken. Boom Chicken is terrible no matter what way I try to spin it. Just glyph it and be done. Never. Never. I will forever dance like a Boomkin, man. Forever. Chris Farley and me are going to connect via that dance, my friend. There is no going back on that. Chris Farley danced like a legend, and sometimes I want to be a legend too. Kultiran women are thick, perfect choices, druids. Oh man. You're already exalted with the Thorium Brotherhood, so you should be able to do Dark Iron. It looks like bears made of wood. Let's not church it up. Really, Max? You just think they just look like bears made of wood? I like it because it looks like Wickerman stuff. It really does look like somebody created an object that represented a druid and enchanted it. I like it. As far as bear forms, or tanking forms rather, because they're not all bears, I do like the dinosaurs more than the Kultiris bear, but the Kultiris ones I think look really cool. Any plans to attend BlizzCon? No plans to attend BlizzCon. That's like in November, early November, first weekend of November, right? Yeah, I haven't purchased tickets, haven't looked into it. You hope Kultiran humans get the Bard class? The thing is, the Bard class doesn't really fit in WoW. Oh wait, someone's AFK. Wait, don't pull. Someone's AFK. The Bard class doesn't really fit in WoW. That's the thing. If WoW had been designed as a completely different game, Bard class would be able to be here. But World of Warcraft runs on the Holy Trinity. A tank, a healer, DPSers. A Bard is a support class. They do a little bit of offensive damage, a lot of supporting, a lot of buffs, a lot of like not necessarily, I don't want to call it morale, but they do a lot of buffs. And WoW just wasn't built with that in mind. I'm not saying it can't happen, I'm just saying, in the current state of things, unlikely. And if you do see a bard in the current state of things, it's probably not going to be in the same way that you would like to. The way you probably want to see a bard is as that supporting class. And if they build a bard into World of Warcraft, they would have to build it as either a full-on tanking class, a full-on DPS class, and that's really like the only two options they have. Bards are not normally healers, so I don't think they would. I don't think they can do a bard justice in the current system. So I, unfortunately, don't ever see them implementing a bard. Mohammed, are you going to be at BlizzCon? What affixes do you feel Brewmaster are bad at dealing with? I know they're good at taking big hits, but just wondering about their weakness. I think their weakness lies in the things that are going to be like those smaller hits. Necrotic, I think, is going to be one of them, because they don't take a lot of upfront damage, meaning that the stacks aren't really going to be killing them. So they might be able to stick in there while their stacks get really high. But then all of a sudden they're going to find themselves with those really high stacks. They're going to be like, hey, I feel fine. But then they look at their stacks and they're going to be, you know, up to 40 stacks. And then at that point, it might be a little too late. I think for them to do stuff like Necrotic, I think you just need to be a little bit more aware of how you are as a tank. Like if you dip back and forth between a lot of other tanks, you might have like your muscle memory might be a little bit different. So I think that might be the only one, but bursting is going to hit every tank equally. That doesn't matter what kind of tank you are. And then you have bolstering and raging. They're going to do good with, because those are big hits that are going to be coming in, and they're going to do really well with those. Sanguine, as long as you know how to move things and place things, Sanguine should be a non-issue. So yeah, I would say Necrotic, and even then, you just need to learn how to play it so that you can kite when you want to. No one would take bards to Mythic Plus. They might have a spot in raids. Yeah, a traditional bard has a spot in raids, but never in any 5-man content, which I don't think people would be happy with. I think if Blizzard implemented a class that is only good for raids and not good for 5-man content, you would hear the feedback of a lot of people saying, no, this game is built on both levels of content. You can't just offer one. This is not how we do things. So in the spirit of a true barb, you can't have one in this class. Or a true bard. I kept saying barb. Of a true bard, you can't have one in this game. But they can try to make it work. They can try to have a DPS class with some utility, but that's the thing. You're going to be a hybrid regardless. Monk can stagger bursting. Oh, there you go. Never mind then. So monk is crazy OP. Why, guy? Why? I'm the only one that has that quest. Why are you pulling? Oh man. There's more mushrooms at the bottom as well, where we pull the boss. We don't even have a healer right now. That's why I just don't want to keep pulling. Monk, are you okay? Okay. Really appreciate the tanky tips. Yeah, no problem, Meatball. Meatball, since you are a main Brewmaster, I know Brewmaster is the least, to be completely honest with you. I know Keggernaut used to do a lot of really good content. I don't know when the last time he uploaded was. I know he had like BfA Meatball. I highly suggest watching him for specific monk tanking advice. I highly suggest him. And the way you spell him is... Yeah, Keggernaut fell off, and I don't know if he's coming back, because he's very active on Twitter. So whenever I'm on Twitter, I see him there, he's chatting, and so I don't know if he's just taking a break for the rest of Legion. I know he got a little frustrated. He was looking for a guild to grind Mythic Argus with, and he had just a lot of trouble finding a proper guild to grind that with, and so, you know, a little bit of frustration, then the hurricane and recovering from that. Maybe he'll come back for BfA. I think he got burnt out. Maybe I can hit him up. I can DM him or something. You got the digital ticket. You're gonna watch in the comfort of your armchair. Nice. Like me when BfA launches, like heel versus babyface burnt out. I'm not gonna burn out when BfA launches. I might burn out later, not right now. And if I get burnt out, I just I'll change it up. But I don't expect myself to get burnt out when BfA launches in terms of leveling or anything like that. The only thing I can say is that if playing a prot warrior is the most uphill battle I've ever had in my life, and it's just stress for the sake of saying I play a warrior, I won't be maining a warrior, but I don't know that yet. We still have a few builds. Heal didn't admit he got burnt out. No, Heal became a variety streamer or content producer or something. Sorry guys, I don't plan on quitting or getting burnt out, but eventually we all get burnt out of things that we invest a lot of time into, but I don't plan on it. Alright, so we gotta just keep picking up these bloods. These bloods have to go down first. They are what makes the boss go down. The only way to damage the boss is by killing the bloods. Unfortunately, I don't have big magic mitigators. Let me see if I can actually cleanse my own. No, it doesn't get rid of that. It's a magic debuff. I can only get rid of like poison effects and diseases, I believe. Good morning, Chaos. How you doing, my friend? You'll heal me on Horde side? Perfect. Perfect. You know, as much as I understand the sanctity that is vanilla WoW and that everybody wants it the same, I wonder if they're gonna make shamans and paladins both sides, like being able to roll them on either side. I can't help but to think that that would be a good change, but maybe that's just me. I know there's some people that just want vanilla exactly how it was. Don't touch it. Don't you dare look at it funny. If you touch vanilla, I will kill you. And I realize that, but I would love to play a ret paladin in vanilla, but I'd also love to play Horde. I'd love to play Horde. Make warriors great again. I hope so. Heal did admit he got burnt out due to his pace in Legion beta guides, and then a couple months to Legion was like, I'm out. Legion was very fast paced, especially when we talk about guides and stuff. Yes, it was very fast paced. There's no way they would do that. I'm hoping that they will. Just give me what class would have to be the paladin? Give me orc paladins. No, it would be Tauren. Give me the Tauren paladins. That's it. Tauren paladins, and yeah, I'll be good. You can have the dwarf shamans. You're all set. Have I tested the Teldrassil burnout? No, I have not yet. I didn't think it was in the game. They pushed it in this BfA patch. The scenario that you go through doesn't include that right now. I need to clean up these damn bags. Guys, I'm 296. I can almost run these heroics. Can I get any upgrades from World Quest? Please. Please just give me like a new ring. I just need a new ring, Blizzard. Sure doesn't look like it. Oh, as far as like getting your reputation up, do Zuldazar and Nazmir. Those are the areas with the most trolls. If you go to the other area, if you go to Vol'dun, that's a lot of Vulpera or Vulperics or whatever they're called. It's a lot of them. So if They are completely different. Too bad I couldn't get this to drop and I killed him. Kind of sucks. One-handed mace? No, it's a worse item level than my current weapon. And a held an offhand weapon? Too bad I just got a weapon too. Alright, doesn't look like I can get any of that done. I wish Mythic Pluses were in already. Look at this. Oh, they're using a lot of the same icons. Heal was making content like Bellular style and Legion Beta. Oh, I thought Heal had quit WoW a very long time ago. I didn't think he quit during the Legion Beta. Again, I came back once Legion pre-patch was up and running, and I think it had already been running for a while too. I didn't come back like as soon as it was up. Maghar Orc might be one in vanilla. Really? You think so? Oof. Oh, you're saying the new Maghar Orc might be a paladin. I can see that. They said the pace of Legion was also non-stop. Yes, the pace of Legion was very fast. Very fast. I completely agree with that. Can you go to the Vulpera zone now? Like this very second? Not on this tomb because he doesn't have flight paths. I'd have to run all the way over there. But yeah, the Vulpera zone isn't broken or anything. You can go quest there. I've quested there on stream before. Thanks to Heal, you did a lot of stuff in WoD. Oh, okay. I could have sworn that Heal had. I thought Heal had quit before. All right, knock this guy out. Nice. By the way, guys, if you run way too fast to where the boss is as soon as the dungeon starts, the boss, look, when the boss like comes back up from the ground, you guys will see that right now. But like that, the boss emerges from the ground. The boss also one-shots everyone in like this arena around, so be very careful when you're running this Mythic Plus. Even if you're running it at a low level, you just want to let the boss finish its animation, or you'll just get one shot. You just have a terrible feeling about BfA, like WoD level fail. Hopefully a year you'll be eating your words. I hope so too, Max. I hope so too. I really enjoy WoW, and I would hate to see it in another state like what WoD was. I would hate that. That being said, maybe we'll get beta or test realms for vanilla this next year. So even if BfA fails, you'll still be able to play WoW in the form of vanilla. Vanilla official supported servers that are never by Blizzard. Thanks to Heal, he made Surafar stuff very easy for me. Nice. Just slowly walk away. Crabs can't touch me. You don't see the point of beta for vanilla? They did that a long time ago. I agree, Max, but I think so. If they would have just launched vanilla, there wouldn't be a development team. They're doing stuff to vanilla. As far as what that stuff is, I don't know. Maybe they're doing it with a new engine, with new graphics or something. But or maybe they're developing a brand new engine and then putting in the same old graphics and old models. But they're doing some back work to it. Because if they just had to release the old version of vanilla, that code is out there. A ton of the private servers have it. They would have just released it. So the fact that there's a development cycle to it, they're changing something. So we'll probably get a beta test. We'll probably get something like that. They're definitely going to be doing something to it. I don't know what it is. It might just be community and BNet integration. That could be it. That could be the only thing they need to add. But there's definitely some development process going on with vanilla that we don't know what it is yet. They can literally launch it tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. if they wanted to launch that, it would be up. The fact that they hired all of these people, a lot of development people, a lot of people that are going to help the game develop, just that to me tells me that they might be doing something with it. Thanks, Sand Queen. You hit the tank. Got him. And yeah, I agree. Nostalrius handed them the keys. 100%. Holy Paladin was basically a Bard vanilla. Buff refresher whole raid all the time, nothing else. Yeah. I mean, they kind of were. You know, you got your symbol of kings, and your greater blessings lasted 15 minutes, right? And you would buff yourself with wisdom, so that you could keep casting this thing, and you would then try to pick up. You know, if that was your role, if you were the only buffing role, you would pick up kings, and you would buff. The large majority of people wanted kings. I think maybe the only people who didn't were maybe like warriors, but even then, they'd probably benefit more from kings in a raid situation. But yeah, you probably picked up kings and buffed most other people with kings, except for actually casters would probably get wisdom over kings, unless they were under geared and didn't have as much stamina as they needed, then they'd get kings. Yeah, but you'd sit there and you'd cast buffs on everyone, and by the time you were done with everyone, the first buff was probably gonna fall off soon. Bard was brought up like 20 minutes ago. Oh yeah, it's all good, James. Sorry about that. Yeah, chat. Every now and then, YouTube will catch a word that you say, and they're like, "This is not acceptable." And it's not even like mods are doing it. Like YouTube censorship. YouTube censorship is on another level, and a lot of times they'll just pick up something and they're like, "Nope, that's not allowed." And I use in order for me to read Twitch and YouTube chat, I use an iPad, and it doesn't have admin privileges, so I can't see if something got picked up and deleted. Taking care of these Vice Jaws. These Vice Jaws mess up your stamina. Look at this. Maximum health reduced. So you can't necessarily just pick them all up and tank them all at the same time, because they'll start nerfing your HP. Come on, come on. There it is. Debuff went away. We're good. Debilitating shout. So let's see. I have 313% threat. Let's see how much it'll drop down by kiting a little bit. It's not too bad. Yeah, like I said, single target, not bad. It's the AoE pickups. The AoE pickups and holding onto those AoEs. That's going to be the hard part. Here's a non-game related question. Who do I think burned down Teldrassil? What's my theory? I think Sylvanas did it. I think Sylvanas did it. As far as what my theory is, I don't know, but something pissed her off. Sylvanas is one of those people who's emotional in her decision making, and selfish. So if you piss her off enough, she'll just take away what's valuable to you. Because also like as a character, she's had what's valuable taken away from her, what, twice now, right? Like she's been dead twice. So she doesn't feel bad for you. Like she has no empathy. So even if you're like, no, that's the tree of life, she's like, I really don't care. You did this to me. You took away something that I cared about. I'm gonna take this away from you too. And it could be something to do with Illyria. I mean, we don't know. Illyria just got reintroduced. What if, since Illyria introduced Void Elves, what if somebody like, I don't know, kills Illyria? And what if that someone was a Night Elf? You know, just throwing things out there. But definitely, I think Sylvanas did it. because she is the emotional type to say, I don't care what this means to you and your people. I am gonna burn it down because you took something away from me. You made me feel a certain emotion. I'm done with this. I'm done here. I'm gonna just burn it. She felt empathy for her sisters. Yes, there's still a little bit there with her, only for specific people. I'm sure if Arthas was still the Lich King, and you had to, let's say in this expansion, you had to go kill the Lich King, I'm sure for Horde would have a special cinematic where she would just be a little reluctant to be like, yeah, just kill him, take him down. I don't care about him. So, yeah, it's oh, somebody pulled a little bit extra. Where is that person at? Come on. Let me see. Can I pull you all the way back here? What about everybody else? Everybody else is walking over here. In the new comic Blizzard release, it was surprising to see how the Lich Queen truly become. Oh, so yeah, I didn't see that new comic. I need to see that new comic. You would say that you think she was the head of it, but the one who did it will follow orders. Well, I mean, she can command her whole army of the Forsaken, right? She can get a bunch of Forsaken Rangers to light their arrows on fire and just shoot them at Teldrassil. Like there's nothing else that needs to be done. You can sail up on both sides of it, or go there and then just light the whole place up. And Forsaken are gonna be listening to Sylvanas no matter what. You know, the Forsaken were created by Sylvanas. They have to serve the Banshee Queen. You have to. It's just the way it is. And normally Forsaken were the race that not even Horde really wanted. They were like, oh god, those guys are really, really shady. You know, their moral compass is all over the place. At least Orcs and Taurens have pride in what they do. Shamans especially, they have a lot of pride in the way that they call the elements and they talk to them. But Forsaken were always that class that was like, oof, I don't know about those guys. I'd much rather they not be here. But yeah, for the sake of the Horde having equal power, they kind of needed to bring them in. Let me knock out a lot of these non-elites here. Do you remember seeing one image where she was a girl watching the tree burn? Oh, really? You think Varissa is that girl? Oh, yeah, Varissa. Okay, I can see that. I'm waiting. I want to see that happen. And I think one of the big things to me that makes it worth watching as well. Sorry about that. Is that they've said that you're going to be able to, before you're level 110, you're going to see the world as it was. So before level 110, you're not going to have the burning Teldrassil. So unlike Cataclysm, that just changed the world forever, at least this, we're going to have the option of being able to go back to how things were. And that's actually something kind of cool to me as a player. Not necessarily lore-wise, but as a player, like I like that. Forsaken are the castaway class, right? Yeah, they are the castaway race, for sure. They're the redheaded stepchild. They were the race that nobody asked for. Sylvanas brought them up, and then even everyone was going, Sylvanas, what the hell are you doing? Can you stop? She's like, no, I'm gonna do more. Alright, boss time. So I gotta pull this guy into a corner here. Interrupt that fear. And here we have the flashing daggers. So again, break that LOS. Go over here. Everybody else is gonna get feared or get hit by that flashing daggers. They got hit for about half their HP. If this was a Mythic Plus with Tyrannical, dead. Dead. Alright, time to do some AoE pickup here. Time to thrash. Time to swipe a little bit. Alright. You guys see there's certain classes that are gonna be a pain to hold aggro against. I have a warrior in here, a fury warrior. Fury warriors are gonna be one of those classes where it's gonna be a pain to hold aggro when you have a fury warrior in your group. So alright, so now all we need to do is interrupt the fear, which is right now. Let's go ahead and do that, interrupt the fear. And then when we see daggers, we gotta run around here. Let me just hide completely, just in case. I think the corner would have been enough, but, you know, overdoing it won't hurt. Somebody interrupted that fear, so that's good. And boss is dead. Perfect. Do I want to see Garrosh redeemed or killed again? I want to see him redeemed, to be completely honest with you. I'm on the band camp of Garrosh did nothing wrong. You know, he wanted the ultimate power for his people, and he became a martyr, and he wanted his people to succeed so badly that he was like, I'm willing to do these things to my body, to ingest this, to bring back that prosperity. So I don't see Garrosh as a bad guy at all. He was very prideful. He was so prideful that he refused to see his race as second best, and that went along with the whole Horde. So, you know, he made mistakes in his pursuit of trying to fix everything. He made mistakes. A very human thing for an orc. Sad ending, yeah. Oh, I haven't done the Maghar campaign yet, but I've read all about it. You thought Garrosh killed by Green Jesus and WoD? Alternate universe Garrosh. Remember, we have like multiple universes now, and there's like all these different people. I have yet to see alternate universe like Anduin come back and stuff. You know, I think they're gonna kill off everybody, and they'll be like, no, but they came back because alternate universe. You miss our Grand War Chief? Yeah, Garrosh was a badass as a War Chief, right? Just the way he looked and the way he conducted himself. A badass, and he wanted what was best for his people. The Horde were going to dominate and rule over everyone. It didn't matter the price, and that's where he fell a little bit short. Was the fact that he didn't care about the price, whether or not anyone else paid for it. We're gonna go back to the alternate universe to finish up the WoD raids. Yeah, they're gonna bring them back. They're gonna be like, hey guys, so we meant to release these other 4 tier raids during WoD, but we didn't, and so here they are. Let's all go back to WoD. If their April Fool's event this year isn't like the new patch featuring WoD, I don't know what they're doing, guys. Or their new April Fool's event could also be. Come on, let's pull them over here. The new April Fool's event, instead of just being WoD, could just be that they're introducing a new affix that makes seagulls spawn. And it's just going to be seagulls everywhere. The seagull affix. It's going to add at least 2 seagulls to every pull. Alright, let me drop my lunar beam here. There's a lot of magic damage going out. It'll help heal that. WoD time walking? No, don't do it. I already think... So, I like the mop dungeons, but mop time walking, because all of those mop dungeons have a lot of that role playing. It's just... Mop time walking already takes so much longer than everything else. You thought we were going back to Kata? Oh, man. What's going to be the next raid that they introduce time walking to? What do you guys think? They did Black Temple. What do you guys think? They did Molten Core for one of the anniversary events too. Are they gonna do ICC next? Let's go beat up the Lich King one more time. Let's go beat up Arthas. But it's Bolvar. No, it's Arthas. Legendary Gorehowl axe confirmed. Plesian. The axe was the ultimate tease. You have a Gorehowl that you can get. You can get it in Karazhan. But yeah, the brand new one, yes, that'd be nice if we could get it. I feel like it would have to be like one of those things that's one of those legendary weapons that everybody has to work for. One of the old school legendary weapons. Like reclaim the Gorehowl, get all these hints of where it is, slowly build it, talk to Garrosh, defeat a few bosses. After Legion, it would be better to have both of the worlds, Kata plus WoD. No, they should just leave WoD where it is. Just hey WoD, you doing okay, buddy? Yeah, I just wanted to check in, but to be honest, we're just gonna leave you right here for another little while longer. Can't be Arthas. Lich King is saved for another X-Pack. Probably the one. Oh, they're gonna bring back Arthas. Alternate universe Arthas. I'm telling you. Alternate universe Arthas, and then we go and we help him not do Stratholme this time, and then he doesn't kill his dad, and we all go to Lordaeron, and it's an Alliance town. All right, these guys, I need to pull them a little bit closer to the cannon. Come on, let's go to the cannon. There's somebody at the cannon. They're waiting for you guys. Oh no, get in the cannon. Get in the cannon. All right, I'll do it. Let's do it. Because I'm in shapeshift form? Really? Oh, yeah, it is because I'm in shapeshift form. I got this, guys. I got this. All the deeps. All the interrupts. I can maintain aggro like this. There it is. 700% aggro. Perfect. What was your favorite raid in Kata, like BC and Wrath? Blizz gave us favorite raid. They haven't given us ICC yet, right? They haven't given us Wrath of the Lich King raid. Unless something happened that I didn't know about. They gave us Black Temple and Molten Core. They haven't given us Wrath of the Lich King. Oof, we pulled. We pulled. Hey WoD, you still doing good in your cage with 38 locks on it? Ah, man. I think the sad part about WoD is, like, when it first came out, I played it and I remember leveling up and the story it was telling. I was drawn in. It was cool, especially like the little cinematics that they had cut into the questing. I really liked it. And then I was just stuck in my garrison doing clicky quests for a few months, and then that's when I was like, I think I played WoD for about 3 or 4 months. After that, I was like, I did all my follower missions now. Ulduar is your favorite raid for people though? Yeah, Ulduar or ICC, they're both really good. Dragon Soul Pugs. Oh, they gave us Ulduar Time Walking. You are absolutely correct. They did give us Ulduar Time Walking. I had forgotten about Ulduar Time Walking because I didn't go do it. When I was the other person can't get out of the cannon. When I was pushing a lot of Realm First with my guild at the time during Wrath, I was pushing through Ulduar and through ICC, so the Ulduar Time Walking just didn't appeal to me. I was like, I've done the grind before. I don't want to go back in there. Black Temple, I never did Black Temple. I walked in, did a few bosses, but I never finished it. That was the topic, yes. Thank you for that. I had forgotten about Ulduar Time Walking. I just never went to go do it. Makes it easy to forget when I was like, I don't want to do it. So these 2 boxes are going to be blowing up, and that's no big deal. So here she is. She's gonna light this one up, and I'm just gonna pull her back here. If the barrels took over the whole room, it might be a little more detrimental. But as it is right now, you're always gonna find a safe spot. As long as it's just 2. But normally there's only 2 barrels nowadays, unless they change it to 3 in Mythic. You've never stopped playing 100%? You did slow down 1 or 2 days a week, just a break from life. You're back to crackhead. I am so proud of you, Brian. hey, you guys have any more of those expansions? Huh? Please? I've quit 100% a few times. After I was grinding that realm first during Wrath of the Lich King, I was very burnt out. So when it came to Cataclysm and Mop, I did a little bit of a grind. James, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome. So when it comes to Cataclysm and Mop, I did a little bit of the grind. Cataclysm, I started a fresh new tune, a Shaman, and I leveled up via dungeons, heroic dungeons, valor points. And then when the first raid came out, I didn't have a guild, and I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. Took a break. Mop, I was very casual because I just did arms PvP as a warrior. And let's see, what else? WoD, yeah, WoD was just very, very limited amount of time I played it. But Legion has been good. I like world quests, even just to kill time. Like, world quests are also really good for the honor that they give. I hope they get rid of the whole honor. They're getting rid of the honor leveling system. Honor talents, I'm not crazy about either, but hey, you know, they're gonna keep that. But PvP quests were pretty cool because they gave a lot of honor. So yeah, like World Quest and Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus is for sure my favorite thing in WoW in a very, very long time. Like, if they would have had Mythic Plus in WoW since like Burning Crusade, when they had heroics, I think there'd be a big community based only around Mythic Pluses all the time. Did they remove friendly fire damage from the cannons? I don't ever remember friendly fire damage from the cannons, but you still get knocked back. There's a friendly fire knockback, but in terms of the damage, I don't ever remember getting damaged by the people in the cannons. But it does not damage you. There's a green here. I need space. Get rid of this ichor. Alright. I was gonna say, where's the boss? He was hiding behind my nameplate. Got any WoW tokens left? Please. If Arthas comes back from the alternate universe, get together with Jaina. Oh no. Alternate universe Arthas gets together with current universe Jaina. No, current universe Jaina is upset. She's just mad. I don't think she can be okay with being with Arthas in any capacity. I think she's done. I think she's done dating people. She's like, you know what? I just hate people. I just want to go hang out with my parents for a little bit. They're the only people that have never failed me. My parents were there feeding me day one, kept me alive. Shout out to my parents. But everybody else, I'm okay with. I've had enough with people. I'm done. I'm just gonna become a thick Colterian. That's it, guys. I don't want to be in the Rage of that cannon. And then we're gonna have cross ignition again. I'm glad that they fixed the texture of this raid, or this boss. This boss was impossible to do. Let me pop survival instincts and take that second stack. Barely even touched me. I'm good. Your heroic raid just broke up 2 weeks ago, and you went from a guild and started forming. Yeah, you let me know that you've been grinding that heroic grind all over again. Wait, did it happen again a second time? That was my fail to the cannon. Did it happen a second time of completely destroying the guild? That sucks, man. It sucks. They used to do real damage a while back. People pretty hard hitting too. Oh yeah, okay then. So if they had friendly fire, then it got changed. I only remember getting knocked back. Everything that happened to Jaina was because of Jaina, not in her eyes, man. In her eyes, you're all evil. You're all going to hell because of what you did. Let me go down here for the whole island thing. I need to do the island pre-quest. And ouch. I thought I was going to take a little bit less damage. Just one time? Oh, okay, Brian. I thought your new guild broke up again, and I was like, that's just terrible. Are you guys still grinding? Stuck back in normal? Are you still grinding every week? Because I know with my guild we took a break, maybe like a month ago, or maybe even a little bit more, maybe like 6 weeks ago. Just stopped. Like we already had AOTC. We had been grinding. After AOTC, we kept grinding like another 2 months, and then after a while, everybody was like, "Okay, I'm okay if we all just step back and take a break. Let me do an island. Let's do. Cue me up for a heroic island, even though I don't have the gear for it. Let's do it. Let's do a heroic island. Makes life easier. That was a legit troll ability." They removed the next build after that. It didn't last. What are we talking about? Oh, the cannon stuff? Yeah. You still raid twice a week. Man, you guys are going hard. You guys are going to get pre-patch soon. I wonder how difficult Argus and Taurus is going to be after pre-patch hits. Tanks are getting a lot of their self-healing being taken away. The global cooldown nerfs. I'm very interested and I might be doing that. I might try to pug an Antorus after pre-patch launches just to see if you're just gonna get destroyed. Last night after you got your PC back and running, you logged in, then made me join the raid. We did 8 bosses. Nice. Still healing, Brian? I need to do my weak auras too for all of the tanking classes going into BfA. So you guys get to see if you want my weak auras for all the tanks. Also a few of the healers, like we have Holy Paladin. I wish I was a better Resto Druid, but I'm not. But Holy Paladin and Boomkin. Not a healer, but another class I can do weak auras for. Still on the Holy Pally grind? Nice, Brian. Alright, come on, islands. Give me the island. I've seen 4 unique island maps so far, and I like them. Let me check MMO to see if we have any raid testing or anything this week. No, I just see... Nope. Okay. No new things. You do pugs with your lock and keep your pally for the guild. Oh, okay. What other 120 tanks do I have now? Epic, I have Warrior, Paladin, and Guardian Druid. So, those 3... Oh, I also said I was going to do a straw poll. Sorry, guys. Oh, I just remembered. If you guys are watching the VOD, straw poll will be in the description. Let me just finish it right now, and then I'll put it there. What tank thanks for BfA? Vengeance Demon Hunter, Bloody K. Alright, and create poll. Alright guys, so if you guys want to vote to what tank you want to see next, I'm going to finish up the Guardian Druid this week, so I'm going to get geared up for heroics, and I'm going to be grinding those heroics at the end of the week. But if you guys want to see a specific tank doing heroic end game dungeons, let me know. You think Argus will be easier for Prot Warriors because of our super blocks now, especially bolster talent, but you're not going to go near Imran Tyrannical after free patch. Argus, I don't think Argus is going to be easier. Blocks are weaker in BfA than they are in Legion. In Legion, blocks offer a flat mitigation, so blocks will reduce damage incoming by 30% and a critical block by 60%. In BfA, a block has an average of like 10 to 12%, and then if you crit block, it doesn't necessarily double because it's not linear. So a block is like 10 to 12%, and a crit block is more like 18, 19%. So Blocking is not as strong in BfA, man. Monks are winning? Oh no, I have to learn how to play a Brewmaster Monk. I've got to learn how to play a Brewmaster Monk. Let me put it in the description as well, so that people watching the VOD can do that. Perfect. And also, let me tweet this out. On bots are doing their job. What tank do you want to see next? Alright, tweeted it out too. And I will for sure spam this as well. No votes for Vengeance Demon Hunters? Zero. Zero love for Demon Hunters. Wow. I was not expecting that. I have to learn how to play a Brewmaster. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, James, no problem. Bolster is very strong though, James. The new bolster is very, very strong. But James, I have a video coming out probably next week. I got really behind on editing this week, but next week about everything block. How the new block works, how it scales. I have a formula you can use if you're really interested in crunching your own numbers, but I'm going to go over everything block, and you guys will be getting that probably next week. Give us a human monk. Female. I don't have any transmog. I can't copy my characters over from Legion. So I have no transmog at all. And farming transmog with a Brewmaster monk does not seem fun, because their orb generation has been changed and just overall nerfed. Demon Hunter, we already have one in chat. Even Demon Hunter in chat wants me to play a monk, because that's what he mains. He'll probably do a fat panda monk. A human monk. It'll probably be a human monk. Can't guarantee it'll be a female with a slut mog. Yeah, no problem, James. Don't do BM, only fun in raids. I know, but if the people want to see it, if you guys want to be here for that, I can do it. It takes me a little bit to level up completely, but you know, I'll get it done. Item level 296. I really want this island to pop. 296, which means I am 9 item levels short of running heroics. I really need a ring, and I think that's my worst piece. Oh, and a belt. 271, 263, 266, the other ring. Once I get those two, I can start running heroics. So on Friday, Guardian, Druid, heroics, and maybe even a Mythic. If I can, I'll pop my own group. I'll just do my own LFG and get some people for Mythic. We can go into a Taldazar pretty easily. So Friday will be heroics and Mythics on this Guardian Druid. But yeah, if you guys want to vote, the link is in the chat, the straw poll. Or if you follow me on Twitter, I just posted it there as well. Hey, Vengeance Demon Hunter has 2 votes now. It's a 5-2-2. Blood DKs and Vengeance Demon Hunters are tied. I honestly thought Brewmaster Monk was going to be the bottom, and more people wanted to see either Vengeance Demon Hunter or Blood DKs. Since Blood DKs are very strong right now in Legion, I thought more people would want to see that. I don't think anyone's queuing up for heroic islands. Can I queue up for a normal one as well? Too many instances. I do like that table though. It's a very, very cool looking table. Send me to that island. X marks the spot. Yeah, and I don't know when they're going to have the next raid testing. because this last weekend was supposed to be LFR Wing 1 open all weekend for raid testing. But since we had the AoE bug, people were just spamming AoE and they were breaking the servers. So they didn't get that done. So I imagine LFR Wing 1 for raid testing is going to open up pretty soon. And a big reason why I want to do the raid testing is I'm starting to get this stuff. You guys see it, I copied over my Antorus weak auras, but they're not Antorus anymore. This is for Talic. This is for Talic casting melee. This is for the debuff, right? So there's Fetid Devourer right here. Fetid Devourer energy. Zekvos, his energy. Zekvos Voidlash debuff. Shatter debuff. Mind control, which you shouldn't be getting. But, you know, like I'm getting my weak auras done so that before the raid is even out, I can provide these things. So somebody did mention earlier that a lot of my videos were a little bit late, and I completely agree. I waited for certain content to hit live because I wasn't in the beta. I wasn't doing the PTR grind, but now I'm ready. Gonna do this. We're gonna get things done on time. By the way, guys, if you guys are in the main city of Zoldazar, the mother lode is this entrance right here. This boat takes you there, and here's the first summoning stone. I'm also going to do a video of all the summoning stones of all the dungeons, so you guys don't have to worry about that. The poll got rigged. What? Yeah, Brewmaster monks are winning. It's supposed to, I mean, the polls are supposed to check for duplicate IP addresses, but that doesn't mean that all you guys aren't hiding behind VPN providers and just switching between all of them. Aim all the nukes in the world right here? Yes, please. If we can take down this ship like the Titanic, I would be a happy person. The Mother Lode is a terrible dungeon. Terrible dungeon. Not a fan of it. Doesn't look like a heroic queue is gonna pop for an island. Let's do a normal island then. Queue for a normal island, please. Someone, anyone. Slash who? There's a lot of people. It maxed out. This is 50 people, but that's what it maxes out at. Come on, guys. Come on. So here's me. Shapeshifter. Come on, Shapeshifter. We can do this. Me and you. Druids till the end of time. I don't know too many people here. Just slash who? Asmongold. What? Blow that portal up. I really want to. Brian, have you hopped into the beta at all? Because I think if you do the mother load, you'll also agree with me and you'll be like, this is a terrible dungeon. There's no corridors, nothing. There's just open fields of packs of mobs that just all are angry at you. So then you get people in there, and then they'll start disengaging the wrong direction and running one way and another. And if you hug certain buildings, there might be people behind the buildings that aggro as well. It's just no good. Nope, you don't want to do it until it goes live. You're enjoying live way too much right now. I agree. Enjoy live right now. Enjoy it. Because everything is changing. Everything that you know and love is going away. Everything that you have off of the global cooldown, gone. Alright, let's do this island. Nobody was queuing up for the heroic one. This queue time was like 1/3 as much. Alright, so this is a new... I don't think I've been to this... Oh, I have been to this island. I got a coin from the ground on this island. I remember. So I can pull a lot of this. This guy's not an elite. This guy's not an elite. None of these guys are elites or Azurite infused. So I can pull all these guys in one go. No big deal. Let me start doing that. Oh, here's one of the Azurite infused. So let's pick up all these guys. Make sure I taunt off the big guy just to like, alright, I'm holding him down, right? Alright. This big guy, no big deal. I'm a druid. I don't take damage. That's cool. You thought that I got hit? No. Whoa. He really did try his best at howling. I'll give him that. He tried his best. He tried his best. Alright, we're pulling 3 Azurite infused guys at once. Here it is. I can get rid of this one. I wonder if that Demon Hunter is Vengeance, because if he's not, he's got a lot of threat generation. But I don't. Yeah, he's Vengeance. I see him pop Demon Spikes. Okay, so we have 2 tanks here and 1 DPS. Not a bad mix, to be completely honest with you. Means we can get our pulls going pretty damn big. Oh, we've got a lot of Azurite infused. Cool. Oh, Alliance is right ahead of us. Alliance, you slide devils. Is that one of the coins? Turtle suit. No, that is not one of the coins. Apparently it's just the alligators that are that weak, or the crocodiles that are that weak. These guys are hurting. It's okay. I'm a druid. I can just heal myself. Alright. My demon hunter tank is getting hit a lot harder though. So I'll taunt top from him a little bit. I'll help him recover. And there it is. That's all you need. Let me pick up this turtle suit. Do I get a buff? I do get a buff. So Alliance is running away from us. Because there are certain groups that run towards you. Certain groups that run away from you. There are certain groups that like combat. Certain that don't. So this is one of those Alliance groups that just does not really like combat. My Demon Hunter is almost dead. Oh, that's the Alliance boat. Let's get the hell away from that. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. They pinged him. They want to kill him. Let's go kill Alliance. I'm a Guardian Druid. Ooh, I see you guys. Here's your healer, maybe? Raul? Yes, he is. Hex? Not today, my friend. Interrupt. Ooh, the stun. Come on, the charge. No. Charge is on cooldown. I don't have two charges of charge like I do on my warrior. Alright, that was it. Opening? Not today. Not today. You're going to try to take Azurite right from under our noses? Not going to happen. We do have this guy here too. This guy's a named mob. So as soon as we kill Alliance, look at that. We get their progress. This tapped mob became ours. I feel very bad for you, Alliance. Are you already collecting this? No. Okay. Let's collect this. What are these things? Oh, that's their corpses. Did they not release? There it is. They release now. There's a quest out here? What? I don't think I've ever seen a quest mid-island. Oh, it's just a point of interest. Okay. So if we had like a shovel or a pickaxe, we'd be able to dig this guy out. Alliance is running away because they want the same haircut as the bear. They want the mohawk. They got the mohawk look. What is it? Oh, okay. My eyes are lying to me. Let me do this, and they want to go this way. That's fine. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we can go this way. Oh, these guys hurt. Why are we going this way? Oof. No, no, no. Oh, wow. Guardian Druids are not invincible, guys. You don't pick up coins unless they're heads up. So is the hate on BfA on the forums real? Everybody just hates change, is really what it is. That pug life, we're trying our best living the pug life, man. Alliance is right in front of me. It's 3-on-1 right now if I jump in here. Where are my teammates? They're cross, but they're battling these guys too. Wait, did Alliance? Oh, Alliance just lost to these guys too. These guys are kicking ass and taking names, man. Alright, just one. It's just me, guys. It's just me, one-on-one. Let's go. Just one elite, not like 4 or 5 anymore. I'm okay. I learned my lesson. People hate BfA. The haters want to play Classic Violent Legion. Sounded like someone punched Teen Wolf in the... Okay, so you heard that too. It was a little weird. That howl was definitely weird. Oh no, okay, I need to pay attention to like interrupts and stuff. Stun? Okay, stun. Oh no, I am not invincible as a Guardian Druid. I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it. Oof. Okay, I got it. Full heal, please. Got it. These guys don't actually recover their HP either, which is interesting to note. Time to go to sleep for sure, Demon Hunter. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for staying up like you did. Remember, vote smart, vote Brewmaster. But yeah, people hating BfA. I think it's, some people hate it, some people like it, but the more outspoken people are going to be the people that hate it. Uh-oh. There was a roll of the dice near me. I don't know if that was Alliance. No, Alliance is over there. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. My teammates are getting killed out there, but we're killing Alliance. You guys see those Azerite scores? Not too much to worry about, but I think my teammates are about to go down to Alliance. That's not gonna help them, is it? No. Alright, let me stealth. Let me go past these guys. Let's go kill Alliance. These guys are heavy, man. These guys don't mess around. Oof. No. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Where's the Alliance? The Alliance scum. We got this. Tag you. Perfect. Alright, we got you. We got you. Come on, Raul. Your healer's done. Now your caster, or your hunter rather, sorry. Let's take out your hunter. But yeah, I think just like with any other expansion launching in World of Warcraft, people are just always going to dislike it and hate it until it goes live, and then you end up playing it anyway. As far as like the changes, I'm not a big fan of all the changes, but I realize that as much as we can look at the beta and judge it there, I still want to see how the changes go live. There's still some number tuning that needs to be done, some other things that need to be changed up just a little bit before things go live. Oh no. Okay, so this Demon Hunter can come over here and eat this watermelon, striped melon, and he'll be in a much better place. But Alliance is just coming back for us now. Where's Raul? There's Raul. Let's knock him down. Raul, I'm sorry. We were friends before this, but not today. So knock out their healer. And hopefully I get a decent amount of Azerite power from today's island. Hopefully they fixed it. It seems like they fixed emissary cash rewards, so hopefully these are fixed as well. Alright, perfect. As far as this guy goes, I'm not too interested in killing him. He's gonna provide what, 60? Yeah, no big deal. Oh no, that's savagery. Yeah, that's not even the amount of Azerite he's gonna give. That's fine. Let's go kill some more elites. They give a lot better rewards. You hated a lot of changes in every aspect after adjusting it, but I hated the changes every time. Yeah. Yeah, me too. A lot of times when you see those new changes, you're like, why? This is terrible. And then, you know, it's a little bit more tame. Like the original global cooldown changes, I agree, they were way too much. But they've already been tuned back a very, very good amount to the point where they still matter, but they're not as bad as they were in their first iteration. But I agree that their first iteration was terrible and one of the worst things that Blizzard has ever done. But it's a lot better now. This guy is just beating me up with this sand bolt. I don't know how this sand bolt hits me so damn hard every time. I don't know what to do with it. I try to interrupt it, but it's not working out. Sandbolt, 10k, 40k for the other one. Ugh, man, 40k? That's half my HP. How come I'm being scaled? No, I'm good. 134. I was like, I'm being scaled down. No. Alright, so I do have that guy down pretty low, so I do get to take him out right now. Look at this. So let me pull the Soothsayer just down the road a little bit. I think my teammates are still messing around with killing Alliance, which is fine, but the rewards that they're giving is not that much at this point. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We can take this guy out. Knock him out. Knock him out. I'm already at half HP. I don't know. This isn't even a heroic island either. Perfect. Alright, combat's over. Let's go find the rest of my teammate. Let's see if they're either killing Alliance or actually killing like some of the mobs. We're going up pretty slowly. We have the Azurite detector up as well, so I can load up map and just see all these nodes. Oh, okay. They're out here killing stuff. Perfect. Let's go. Let's do things. Alliance is coming. We can ignore him. We can ignore him. Oh no, I got stuck. Let Alliance do their own thing. They were running away from us in the beginning, so they should stay away. I think their AI is to not fight as long as we give them space. These guys, not too bad. Just some regular trash here. We can just pick all this up. These guys don't seem to really have an aggro radius too, which I like. So you can just run around and pick them all up. So no big loss with just running around like that either. Alright. Alliance is right behind me, but they won't catch up. Ooh, is Ragnaros in there? Do we have to kill Ragnaros? I'm all for it. Alright, so they're doing a big pull. I like it. I like it. Let's do this. Let's jump out of that upheaval. There it is. Let's jump in. Oh no! The other tank got taken out! Too much damage. Tumungus, or whatever his name is, from AMPM. Too much good stuff. Alright, so I can pull these guys. I'm okay on damage taken. Let me heal up a little bit, and I can run over here. There's like a few more mobs here. Alright, let me start rotating some. Oh, that's what got the other tank. Disorient. That'll do it. That'll mess you up real good. No active mitigation during that time. I have a full heal next to me. So what I'll do... actually, the Mage is pretty low. So let's just use it now. Gain a little bit of a DPS buff. Let's go this way. We've got a shrine here. Yeah, they do want to go that way. Okay. I saw them ping, and they've been sticking together pretty damn good. So let's just go over here. We got, oh, very nice. This will be game. If we can finish this, this will be GG right here. These big Azurite hunks will make us, and oh, I guess they're not coming. Oh, Alliance caught up to them. Oh no. Alright, let me just start mining all this stuff before Alliance gets here. And then they try to take it all away from me. Not gonna let you take it all away from me, Alliance. Can't catch me now. I really want to see if I can take this without aggroing that big dude. There it is. Come on. Come on. Come on. Perfect. 175. Pick up a lot of these small dudes. We have a few Azurite pieces out here, out on the edges. I don't want to pull two of these guys. I can pull one of them just fine, but not two of them. You need to interrupt them. The Azurite barrage needs to get interrupted. Alright, so I have quite a lot of resources here. My teammates are keeping Alliance busy, which is fine. That Alliance group doesn't have like a huge dedicated healer. Their only healer, what he really does is more of a crowd control and then apply dots. So big direct heals doesn't really have them. So that Alliance group is not very difficult to deal with. The hardest Alliance group I've ever seen to deal with has been the Mecha Gnomes. The Mecha Gnomes are very, very difficult to deal with. You still have Shell Shield, but I can't see it. Come on, come on, we got this. Oh, hey, my teammate made it. Oh, so if I mine this, we're... Oh, damn it. Come on. Come on, you're tanking, you're tanking. I got this. Oh, we got this. We got this, come on. Don't... Oh, damn it. I'm in the breath. All these guys spawned here. I gotta take care of them. Oh, I think I'm gonna die to these guys. I think I'm gonna die. Come on. Lunar Beam. Heal me. Nice. We got it. Oh, see, that is a new one. That's a completely different expedition. And I got a decent amount of Azurite. I got 300. Oh, no, that was it. Just 300. It's not that much. 300 is less than some world quests. There are some world quests that give you a lot more than that. Very nice. I like this end screen a lot, by the way. This ending screen is very, very cool. Yeah, I just got 300 Azurite. Still haven't fixed it. When they make islands worth it in terms of Azurite gained, I'm definitely gonna be grinding them. I do like them. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's live stream. I want to thank you all for stopping by and seeing the Guardian Druid. We're going to continue this Guardian Druid series on Friday. I'm going to be completely decked out for heroics. So we're going to be doing heroics, getting upgrades from heroics, and then I'm going to walk into mythics. I'm going to be severely undergeared, but we're going to see how an undergeared Guardian Druid is going to do in Mythic Zeros, and I think I'm going to be doing just fine. So if you guys have not voted yet, vote for the next tank that you want to see here. It is also up on my Twitter if you follow me there. And I want to thank you all for stopping by. Sorry, alright, thank you all for stopping by. Patrons, you will get your video very soon. Everybody else, there will be in normal edited content for the rest of the week. I had a very busy early week, so I haven't had much time to get any of that done. So thank you guys for always stopping by and always supporting me. Brand new content coming soon. New tanks coming soon. I want to finish up all the tanks before pre-patch hits. That is the goal, so you guys know what your main is going to be once pre-patch hits. All right, guys. Thank you to all the patrons, subscribers, sponsors, everybody that just comes here and chats with me. I really do enjoy it. Thank you guys all for stopping by. I'll see you all on Friday.